What we do here is go back. What we do here is go back. What we do here is go back.
And we are live, hopefully. It's looking like it might be working. Good evening, Mike here, Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To. It is Saturday the 20th of June 2026. That's quite a significant date, isn't it? Not sure if it is. Anyway, good evening one and all. Hopefully you're having a fantastic weekend, and if you're in the UK, hopefully you're not either getting drenched or boiling. As always, with the UK being a strange little island, we get all kinds of weather. And for a lot of us here, it's going to be warming up over the next few days with some very nice weather headed to us over Sunday and Monday. So nice days, restless nights, but there you go. Hopefully you can all...
Thunder and lightning.
Dutch Jan says sound low.
Jan always says something.
Dutch Jan always says sound low. Oh, he's put laughy face there. Thank you. Bless your heart.
Doesn't it matter if you thunder and lightning now?
Probably.
One of them.
More than likely. Noodles says Kent was perfect today. Other than being obviously Kent. But you can't have it all. Mark Barry says Scorcho, fan 1 full speed tonight. Sound is fine, says Charles. Thank you very much. Hello to Dave Aitken. Hello Dutch Jan. Hello to Mark Berry, and massive shout out to both O'Reilly and Rasher for your contributions, which came in a little bit earlier on our new PayPal address. So if any of you, oh, wait for the sirens to go. They're rushing to get back to their homes so they can watch the stream, no doubt. Anyway, thank you very much for the donations. It's much appreciated. For those of you that don't know, we have been going through the process of converting from a sole trader, that is what is known here in the UK, into a limited company. So finally, both Kath and myself are now actually getting paid for doing what we do on this YouTube channel. Although we were technically before, but it was kind of fudged. We were doing our own accounts and taxes and all that kind of stuff, and it was just another ball ache. So as of April this year, end of the last tax year, yeah, we are officially a limited company. So Mike's Unboxing Limited is the actual company registration. So I'm quite relieved after the kind of 8, 9, 10 years or whatever it's been of kind of winging it, finally actually got something concrete to build upon. So yeah, it hasn't taken long. So yeah, there's been some very strange things going on, and it's been a very stressful time ever since April, really. Well, before April, I suppose, basically since Christmas, with the
Like 3 or 4 years ago.
yeah,
I've been nagging.
with the thought of it looming has been it has got me down. I'll be honest with you, it has got me down. It did get to me, and last week we had a particularly stressful time, and that is why we didn't have a stream last week, because I just didn't feel well enough, and I had a very bad throat due to GERD and indigestible morsels, which just things, just really stressful business related things, which really suck. This should be a time of enjoyment and rejoicing in the fact that we finally got a limited company, but yeah, there's a lot of hoops to jump through, and it's not particularly easy. Anyway, yeah, it will get better. Hello to Aletta, and thank you, Charles. It's yeah, it's been a weird one, very strange. So now there are in the kind of still in the teething process and kind of trying to get things all to work. It's yeah, very stressful, juggling lots of paperwork from multiple different accounts into multiple new accounts, and kind of working out which one goes where. And oh yeah, it's just a nightmare. So I don't want it to be an absolute nightmare for the accountant, because otherwise you might get a bit scared and just say, right, okay, you're on your own. I don't think I would like that too much. Hopefully now we will both be effectively, Kath and I now, although we are both 50-50 owners of Mike's Unboxing Limited, we are also both directors of the company, and also we are both employees of the company. So we will be effectively paying ourselves PAYE, and yeah, we have bizarrely, to save tax money, we've done it so that we now earn basically up to the tax limit for here in the UK, which is basically £12,500 each. So anything over that you generally get taxed on. So if you earn under that, you can essentially remain tax free. So the plan is we will pay ourselves roughly £25,000 between the two of us over the year, And if there's anything else left in the pot after that, then that will potentially go to a pension or into an ISA or one of those other things. So hopefully we don't have to pay tax on it. That is the theory, to try and maximize or minimize our tax exposure whilst trying to fend through the crazy time we're having with the world at the moment, earnings and money and the DRAM crisis, nobody watching videos, etc, etc, etc. So yeah, we have to make some adjustments to try and weather the storm, so to speak. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it is going to be a good thing and it'll work out well. But anyway, just wanted to keep you up to date of where we are, and hence why there has been a pinned message. So if you are thinking of donating anything to us, kindly, other than via the super chats or whatever, if you want to do it via PayPal, there is now a sort of new PayPal address. I think the old ones still work, so if you want to send it to paypal.me/Mike's Unboxing, that should still work. That was the biggest thing that we were worried about, because we've done, believe it or not, we've done 2,700 videos since we've been making videos, and almost all of those have got a link to our PayPal address for donations. So I didn't want to start a new account with a different address and have to go into all those videos and change the details.
It's impossible to do that.
It's basically impossible. So that is why there's been so much kerfuffle changing a personal account into a business account, and then creating a different personal account with the same sort of settings. It's a complete nightmare. For anyone out there planning to do the same, don't. Just avoid it like the plague. It's horrendous.
Do it to start with.
Thank you, Dave Aiken, for the donation there. £2. Says, please see corporate gift to Mike's Unboxing Limited. And hopefully, in theory, if I look at my my phone, there should be... Oh, there's another one actually from... You have to get up again, Kath. There's been a donation of £20 sent through by Mr. Dammer. Thank you very much. Does it actually show a message on here? I don't know if it does actually. We'll see.
Go to your emails.
I can't see the £2.
You go to email.
Actually, there's one. There's £20 from Nick Barnes as well. Thank you very much, Nick Barnes. Much appreciated.
Nick can have his own likes.
Nick can have his own likes as well.
Nick Barnes is.
Of course, I don't know why I'm looking on there. That's... Sorry, Dave. Yeah, yours is there. It won't appear in here because it's going straight into YouTube. Oh dear, my brain.
But go to the emails and it tells you the message. Where are you looking?
I'm looking on the app at the moment. Let me see if there's a message. Okay, you've received message. There we go. Let's have a look. Nick Barnes. Best wishes for the new venture. About time you and Kath had some tax relief. Thanks, Nick, Joe, and the livestock. Thank you very much. That is brilliant. And Jan Dammer has sent us £20 as well. Thank you very much. And there's no message in there, but thank you anyway.
I don't know where I've got to now, so if I find blue and twice.
Bless you all. You're very, very kind indeed. It looks like it's been a very stressful time. It still is a stressful time. The stress is still piling on. So not only have I got the stress of trying to find content to actually make, or finding the time to make it, I've also got to juggle all this other stuff going on. It's yeah, it's not great. Dutch Jan says, I am Mr. Dammer Mike. I knew you are. Thank you, Dutch Jan. Much appreciated. I didn't know if you wanted it to be publicly known that that was your kind of alias.
Mike's going to have to keep an eye on his emails.
Yes.
So we might not see them coming in.
Yeah. If you send a donation or anything, let me know in the chat.
If you want to be thanked.
And I'll notice it eventually, hopefully. Or everyone else will jump on it and say, Mike, read your emails. And I will do that.
No one else will jump on it because they won't be able to see your emails.
Matthew Day says, uh-oh, PayPal might want to charge more. Well, it's not too bad. I think it's 1.5%. So if we get a... where are we? Let's have a look on the app. I'm sure it tells you actually how much... Oh, there's another one. There's another one from Mark Gaines. Thank you very much. £50, Mark Gaines. Thank you so much. You are all extremely kind.
See, Mark, I'm so confused where I am in the chat now.
Cav's confused in the chat.
Mike, just don't stop talking.
I can't keep talking.
I know, but you could have done it, and then I could have sat down.
Let's have a look. Is there a message for that one? Note from Mark Gaines. A little support for the channel. That's a lot of support for the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Now I've got Dave on at me.
Now Dave's complaining as well. So
You're going to have to wait, David.
it does say there. It didn't say actually on there. It says in the app, I think. Where did it say it? There was a position somewhere that I was looking just now, and yeah, I think for like a £20 donation, we pay something like £1.80 as a processing fee, which is much better than the 30% that PayPal wanted. YouTube wanted. Sorry. Oh, Roderick Kennedy gets one as well. Let's have a look. Switch to Mike's Unboxing Limited.
Can you put alerts on and put the sound on, maybe?
I do need to do that, don't I, really? Does it say what the fees are, though? I saw it somewhere there where the fees were, but oh, well, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It'll work itself out. Was it on the text message? That's the thing, you get a text message, you get an email, and also get a PayPal notification. It's just way too much for my tiny little brain.
Right. You've done that, haven't you?
Activity, can I see it there? Does that go straight in? We're sorry, we could not complete your action. That has been a complete kerfuffle. Anyway, you don't want to hear about that, you want to hear about tech. Or maybe you do want to hear about it, I don't know. Jim says getting the 13600 to boot might be easier than having it be stable, given Intel's degradation issues. Yes. Semrab says click on friends, so shouldn't hopefully. I'm not sure if you can do friends and family if you're doing it from one of the links. I think that's one of the things that you can't do with a business account. And again, it's one of those things, I'm terrible remembering what I've done, especially when it comes to like financial stuff. Like I know roughly what I've done, but if the tax man comes to me and we're still using our personal accounts and transferring money over and what have you, I would get so confused about what was business and what was personal, etc. So it's just easier, just run it all through the business and it'll be what it'll be. If there's a charge on it, that I get the charge, you don't get the charge, and it's still fine. It's still absolutely fine. Viali sent £2 as well. Thank you very much for the kind donation. And Viali says, good to see you are better, Mike. Yeah, I'm not too bad. And good to see Rick back in the chat actually as well. Rick H. Rick H hasn't been well either, so...
And Welly Bob was in...
And Welly Bob. Yeah, Welly Bob. I haven't seen Welly Bob for a while.
Grandad.
Or Pops. And also thank you Jason Woods for the £2 as well. Sorry, Kath.
And Jason Woods for you.
She's getting her... Actually, I could do that from the app. The Hive app.
We don't want none of that bloody smart shit.
Don't want that. Don't want smart shit. Smart shit is one small step away from AI, and we don't like AI. And we especially don't like AI
We shouldn't even have an app for it.
when it comes to thumbnails. And I will say, massive shout out to Dave Aitken. Thank you very much. Dave also shares our passion and dislike for AI in general, especially when it comes to thumbnails. And I agree. But like I've said before, when it comes to doing like artistic stuff, I suck. I'm not very good at it. I don't have the time or the patience. Yeah, I'm more autistic than artistic. And Dave offered to recreate some of our thumbnails using my likeness rather than AI likeness. So some of those have been updated. I know some of you that watched Friday's video, which was a banger. Some of you mentioned that when they first looked at the thumbnail, there was like a handsome man on there, and then later on it was me. So I do apologise, but trying to keep things a little bit real, and I do have to use AI for some things, unfortunately.
To make yourself handsome.
To make myself handsome. Well, I use Dave to make me handsome. He seems to do it. Hey Sky Stalker, how you doing? And hey David Underhill. And yeah, thank you all for your super chats and donations. Oh, actually, I haven't been clicking on the heart icons, have I? I'm a bad host. I've been away for this for like 2 weeks now, basically. So
Excuses.
I've got to get warmed up again. And what's going on with the CPU now? CPU's boiling over. And it's not even that warm in here. It's a funny old game, isn't it? Alexa says, personally, I love AI. I'll be fair, when it comes to AI, it does have some uses, especially like for our videos. I generally run the video transcript after I've actually created the video using my own words, definitely my own words, created the video, uploaded it to YouTube. I then use Gemini. I copy and paste all of the transcript text into Gemini and get it to basically create the timestamps. Because a lot of people get really pissed off, especially with longer videos, if there isn't a timestamp, because they want to go to a specific part of the video. I get it, totally. And the amount of, well, obviously to create timestamps myself, I would have to go through the video, write down what I said at what time, work out what I should put in the timestamp. So a 20-minute video, to go through that would take me probably, I don't know, half an hour, 3/4 of an hour to do the transcript and do the timestamps. And that's like the time I don't have. I don't want to waste time doing that when I can get AI to do it for me.
Oh,
It's
sorry,
not
Dave.
changing anything, and it's not, yeah, it's basically using my own transcript, but just adding timestamps. So to me, that is a good use of AI. Although I don't really think that's AI, but there you go. Yes, Kath.
Danmar 8:30.
Danmar at 8:30. Where does one go to contribute to the new Mike's unboxing conglomerate? If you look in the pinned comment,
I don't know if
There-
it's still pinned.
it's at the very bottom. So if you look at the chat, at the very bottom there, you'll see there's a pinned comment with Mike's unboxing next to it, and it says new PayPal address. So you can use mike@mikesunboxing.com. That will work. You can use paypal.me/Mike's unboxing. Or if you're in a PayPal app, you can just go to pay someone and type in @Mike's unboxing, and it should come up with our logo,
I'm a limited company.
hopefully. And yeah, it'll say Mike's space unboxing space Ltd, all in uppercase. But you don't have to. It's fine. But if you want to contribute, we will gratefully receive it. Things have been, yeah, the views are down about 40% at the moment over what they were this time last year.
Check Dave Akins is in that one.
Dave Akins, yeah, it's a YouTube one, isn't it?
Alright.
So it'll
But it
be.
does say check gift on Mike's unboxing. So I don't know if there's something to check.
I don't know. I'll have to look. If I'm missing anything out, let me know in the chat. I'm just getting used to all this stuff. It's just crazy, crazy times. Crazy, crazy times. But we do have a business card now, so I can make purchases on business and keep things separate, which is really, really cool. Because juggling your personal finances and business finances, and well, actually, we did a pretty good job of it, to be fair.
That's because I did it.
We did it.
Oh, what, the business stuff? But you
Yeah.
didn't ever have any bank account stuff to
I
do?
know. It all went into Kath's accounts. Anyway,
It was our joint account, but you never dealt with any of it.
Dutch Jan says, "Oh, so all the donations that all of you had made prior to now, basically went to Kath.
Well,
But it's a shared account, so
But we share it all.
it's fine. And in fact, the new business account on PayPal, because we transferred Kath's existing PayPal into a business account, but then took her email address out of it,
I haven't got
the
one.
name on the account is still Catherine Churchill, and I'm just another like entity on the same account. It's very strange, but we'll get used to it.
But it's these companies, and you can't contact them, so you've got to kind of bodge your way through it all.
Yeah, that is the trouble, because everything, like, you go to PayPal and try and do anything, it's like AI assistant, which is basically useless. It's a chocolate ashtray. No, chocolate fire guide.
Ashtray on a motorbike.
Ashtray on a motorbike, that's the one. I mixed two of them together. Oh dear. Anyway, there we go. Rasher says, for your punishment for being late, write 100 lines. I must never be late again for Mike's live stream. Not bad, not bad. Good idea. Do it. PayPal is strange, says Dutch Jan. It is. I agree entirely. We will also do as well, so that if you want to make a donation directly to our bank account, either in the UK or abroad, we have got like an IBAN and a whatever it is, some other number, which we can do, which you can just send money directly to, and it goes into the account and stuff. No doubt we'll put that. I'm not too sure how, or if you can actually just put that in the video description and put your bank details so that if anybody wants to make a donation, they can do it directly via bank.
I think you can.
I don't know.
Miri does it, doesn't she?
I guess you can.
She writes on stuff,
But we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, it's been an interesting time. As the I think is it the Chinese who say, "May you live in interesting times" or something like that. Let's have a drink. I'll keep myself lubricated. Lovely, lovely. Dutch Jan says, I can't use PayPal for Super Chat. No, you still can't use PayPal for Super Chat. I don't think that's ever going to be a thing, but you can send PayPal directly and we'll read out your message.
If Mike sees it.
If I see it. Yes, definitely.
That's the trouble, it's on his phone now, not mine.
Obviously, in tonight's stream, the broad focus is going to be on a PC, which has been dropped off to us yesterday from actually an old colleague of ours from the BBC when I worked at BBC Casualty, and Kath did as well. It's one of our friends, Tim, who was actually yeah, he is a art director and worked on the likes of Casualty, Doctor Who, many other TV shows, etc. Done a few sci-fi films, some other documentaries and stuff. So yeah, he's been around in the business a long time, and he built himself a PC approximately about 2 years-ish ago using the Intel 13600K on a MSI Pro Z790-P Wi-Fi motherboard, and was reusing some of his existing parts. I think he bought some RAM as well, 32 gigs of Corsair DDR5 CL40, which the CL40 was a bit like, okay, that's unusual, but whatever, especially 2 years ago. I think possibly a case at the same time as well, but other things like hard drives and some disk drives were from a previous computer, so it's kind of like an upgrade cycle, or added to. And the PC has been running pretty much okay for the last 2 years, although more recently it's been suffering from random crashes, sometimes just shutting off altogether, and various instability. It has recently got to the point where trying to turn the computer on, basically the fans come on, the lights turn on, but nobody is home. And yesterday we went through a diagnostic, which I did over a Facebook call, or Messenger call, I suppose you'd call it. So on Messenger, just went through, talked through some various things on what to look out for, tried taking out some parts, replacing parts, clearing the CMOS, all those kinds of usual things, very similar to the sort of things we do on our Discord chats. Went through kind of pretty much everything that I could think of that we could do remotely. Obviously, there's some things that when you do remotely, you're not always 100% sure that the person on the other end is doing exactly what you're saying, but kudos to Tim. I think he was doing a pretty decent job and didn't get stressed out or anything, just got on and did as I asked. So that is all you can really ask as a technician. So we got to the end of it. We couldn't work out what was going on, so there's various different things which possibly could be potential issues, not least being the fact that it is a Intel 13600K, which is part of that group of processors which are known to have potential degradation issues, where during the production some of the traces were actually exposed to oxygen during the assembly process, which then made some of those traces and tracks actually corrode or oxidize, basically because the oxygen got to it, and yeah, they basically degrade. So hopefully it isn't that, but there's a few other things that we need to check. The motherboard looks to be okay. The power supply is an older power supply, so it's an older Thermaltake unit, which is a 470 watt unit. So that gives you some idea roughly of how old it is. It's at least, I would argue, 7 years old, possibly. So potentially power supply, especially if it's only a bronze rated, which I believe it is. I think it's a TR470. So potentially, yeah, that may have degraded. So we may have some problems on some of the voltage rails, which unfortunately Tim didn't have a voltage meter to be able to try those. So that is one of the things that we'll be definitely testing in tonight's live stream, and hopefully get this thing back up and running, or at least work out what the problem is so we can let them know what needs replacing, or yeah, if it can be fixed at all.
Senrap thought they deleted the pinned message for everyone
Oh,
because it has disappeared from his. And
All
he's
right.
worried, but it's still showing on ours, and
That's
the
good.
rally still has his.
Lead Farmer says it is an Irish CPU. I don't know. I haven't got that far into it.
Dutch Jam asked, "Did we meet at Casualty?"
Did we meet? No. No, we didn't meet at Casualty. No, we met at school. Funny enough, Kath was the year above me in school, and we'd known of each other since probably what, second year seniors for you, when I was first year.
No, I didn't know you then.
Third year then for me, fourth year for you. Would have been, wouldn't it?
I think I was in the 5th year.
Was it?
I think so.
So yeah, somewhere around the kind of 14, 15, 16 years old age. Kath would have been 15, 16. I would have been 14, 15. And our birthdays are 3 days apart. So she is older than me by 3 days as well. So depending when it was. So depending when it was, it would have been around about 89, 88, 89.
Yeah.
I would have thought. Yeah, so 1988, 1999 roughly. Sorry, yeah, 1988, 1989 roughly. And yeah, we'd... I'm trying to think now. I'm trying to think of it logically. We went out a few times, and then we went out with other people as well, didn't we? And then we got together again after.
Yeah.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
Come on, tell me your version.
It's so long. I
Tell
don't.
me your version.
No, I
Let's
don't.
have your.
I'm not going to dig
Let's
my.
have the mic version.
I'm not going to dig myself a hole like that one. No, sorry. That because guys in the chat, you know what it's like. If a woman gets hold of something, that's it. Like a damn Rottweiler. You're never going to let that shit go.
I want to hear
dear.
your version now.
Dave Under says, "Were you kept back a year?" No, I was just younger.
He put the fire alarm on when I was in one of my exams.
Yeah,
Set the fire alarm off.
I was quite naughty at school. Anyway,
Like naughty.
moving on from that quickly before I dig a hole way too deep to crawl out of. Yeah, I suppose other things of note in the tech world at the moment. Obviously, RAM prices are not getting any better. SSD prices seem to be on the increase, slowly edging up at the moment here in the UK for a 2 terabyte NVMe drive. You're looking at realistically somewhere starting about £80 for a new drive, and a lot of them seem to be 100, 120, 140 pounds for a 1 terabyte NVMe, which is absolutely horrific. If it wasn't bad enough with DRAM being absolutely outrageously priced and going up and up and up all the time, M.2 drives are joining forces, as are SSDs, and also there seems to be an increase on hard disk drives as well. So we seem to be getting it at all angles. However, there is a little bit of light in the tunnel, not a great deal, but a very dim 5-watt bulb at the end of that line, and cases seem to be dropping down in price a little bit. I've seen power supplies dropping a little bit as well, and also some motherboards have seemed to be dropping a little bit as well. So graphics cards are kind of on a relatively even kill currently. So yeah, the downsides don't really get touched much by the drops in the other prices. So between the price drops of power supplies, motherboards and graphics cards ish, yeah, it's not really offsetting the RAM thing or the M.2 thing at all. So yes, everything everything is not great when it comes to building PCs at the moment, and it's very disheartening to see now kind of like the minimum basic spec PCs, if you're buying new, being somewhere around the sort of £700 to £800 mark for a kind of a reasonable PC, which this time last year would have cost you what, £550, £600. So it's just really not good. And even some of them now, like entry level, it's almost up to £1,000 in some instances, depending on what hardware you're going for. So yeah, it's not great. Lead Farmer says, BRB, mailbox check. Check your deliveries. Have I missed any comments or anything? Or am I good?
You're good, I think.
I'm good.
But they want to know your version of events.
They don't. I never said that. They don't. No one wants to know that.
I do.
Yeah, I would have no idea. Oh yeah, the Steam Machine price isn't going to be great either. I know. It's not looking like a very good time overall for people wanting to build or buy new computers at the moment. For those of us that have actually got a working PC at the moment, I think you can rest assured that you're in a good place, and it's probably not a good time to upgrade unless you want a new case, you want to maybe update your power supply, maybe a new motherboard, maybe a new processor. Processors are actually a good price. There's been some really good deals on AM5 processors, as there always tends to be at some point or other on AliExpress, so that's really good. There's Kerry Holzman in the chat. How you doing, Mr. Holzman? Good evening and welcome. It's yeah, it's not great. And we're seeing, actually, speaking of Kerry Holzman, we do seem to be seeing now a lot of mini PCs on the market. Those seem to be coming out and in various guises, whether they be fully built machines with SSDs and RAM, or what are traditionally known as the kind of bare box units or bare bone units. So you get obviously the PC minus possibly a Wi-Fi card, no M.2 and no RAM, or maybe a little bit of RAM and a little SSD. But yeah, it seems to be mini PCs are having seems to be a little bit of a resurgence at the moment. Let me know in the chat. Would you agree with that? Are mini PCs starting to see a bit of a resurgence? In fact, here in the UK, I did notice on UK Hot Deals, there was a AMD Ryzen 3500U based system with no RAM, no SSD, £95. Now actually, I have got that almost exact same system here somewhere. Not that one.
What was it we had when it was like that TV screen with a computer built in the back of it?
I've been trying to find that out.
That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Why'd you get rid of it?
It didn't work very well. This one here, the Nipoji mini PC.
You got some food, maybe?
We actually had a deal with the company Nipoji. Was it a year ago or 2 years ago now? I'm not too sure. Where you could pick one of these up with 16 gigs of RAM and a 512 M.2 drive, and I think it was just a notch over £200. So you can pick up one of these now effectively without the storage and without the RAM for about 95 quid. Which actually, for the basis of a PC, the case, the motherboard, the Wi-Fi card, the power supply and all that kind of stuff, actually isn't horrendous. As long as you've got some RAM and you've got some storage, of course. But anyway. So yeah, those are not too bad at all. Matthew Day says, I'm going to go retro. Good. Letter says, I'm done building PCs. Noodles says, monitors are good. Yeah, monitor prices are good because, again, no one's buying them, really. Jim says, nothing that has RAM and storage is going to have a decent price. I agree. Greg says, mini PCs that were expensive here in Canada before the AI crisis. Only thing that was reasonable was the N100s. Oh yeah, that's what the other one is actually. The yeah, I've got an M100 I think in the other PC, but I don't use them. That's all. I should sell them or do something with them really. Skystalker says, I've seen more mini PCs. Actually, I have 3 in the house for HTPCs and a basic work computer for the wife's video chats.
What's wrong, Otis?
Otis, calm down.
What is it?
Rick H says, I'm not interested in those little hot boxes. My first mod would be to carve a 120mm fan hole in the top. Good for you.
Some food brought in.
Kerry says the 3500U was released 7 years ago.
There you go.
I know. Doesn't time fly when you're having fun?
Do you want it up on now?
Still relatively capable though. Matthew Day says I've been tempted to upgrade to 1440p, but 27-inch is a bit large for my view distance. I must admit, I've been on 1440p 27-inch monitor now for probably 5 years, 4 or 5 years. I actually really like it. I think it's probably the best solution, especially now with everything costing so much. A 4K monitor, especially if you're doing gaming, is essentially pointless unless it's a dual mode one. But then I think really we need triple mode monitors. So the dual mode monitors do 4K, or you can set them to 1080p, and they actually do that in hardware rather than just reducing the size of the screen or reducing the quality of the pixels. So it doesn't look as bad as it would normally, because normally if you get a 4K screen and you run 1080p on it, it looks like hot shit. But with those new monitors, hot shit, hot garbage, it is rubbish. So yeah, I think 1440p is the sweet spot, because 1080p looks a bit naff, I think personally. But 1440p just gives you a little bit more extra clarity in the image, but it doesn't actually tax the GPU massively. Whereas the jump to obviously 4K is a massive strain on the system. JDS says 1440p is the way. I agree. I really do. I like 1440p. Senrab says take the storage from the mini PC and use in desktop builds. That's not a bad idea, to be honest. I have been tempted. I have been very tempted. It's strange at the moment. I'm actually doing well for DDR5. I've got a reasonable amount of DDR5 here, and I've got a reasonable amount of 2 terabyte NVMe drives that I got some really good bargains on our eBay Discord bot. If you haven't tried it already, I strongly suggest you try it. It's great. It's a bit addictive, but it's great. You can save yourself a fortune. Jason Woods says good night all. Good night, Jason. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, there's been some really good deals, and I will put a link for our Discord, which hopefully that's going to work. Yay, that worked. There's a link for our Discord. If you want to join it, you're more than welcome to do so. And what button was I going to use next? No, I wasn't. Oh, that's another thing I was going to say. For those of you living in the UK, don't forget, tomorrow is Father's Day. Now, I appreciate that most of you watching this are fathers anyway, but maybe you've still got fathers as well, or maybe there's a father figure in your life that you wish to say something to or give a gift. If you want to do that, I'm completely selling out now, just to make you fully aware. There are our Amazon links in the chat there, so if you want to click on the Amazon links and then go do some Father's Day shopping last minute, feel free to do so. If you do click on the links, we do get a small, tiny commission from Amazon, but it doesn't cost you anything to do so.
And if anyone wants you to give a shout out to their dad right now,
yeah,
put it in the chat.
Yeah, if anybody wants me to do a shout out to your father, your dad, whatever, for Father's Day, let me know in the chat, and I will gratefully send your messages across the airwaves, and then you can screen cap it if you wish.
That's what we're shilling.
I am shilling hard tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's free, yeah. O'Reilly says, I have a card for my dad. I was good. I remember to get it. I was good. It's been on my mind, so sent my dad a bottle of whiskey.
You were good that you forgot the card on that.
I forgot.
Luckily ordered one just in case you forgot.
This is funny. Calf orders cards anyway, like just on the safe side sometimes, or goes and buy them in advance.
I buy them bulk for the beginning of the year, but they don't have Mother's Day or Father's Day available in January.
So I said to Calf, can you get me a Father's Day card just in case?
No, you didn't.
Or no, you did it. I said I was going to get one, but I didn't go, did I? Whatever it was. Anyway, so Calf got...
You just forgot.
Calf ordered a card, and I went to the shops, come back, I was like, oh, shit, I forgot to get the Father's Day card. So Calf's like, no worries. She went into the kitchen, grabbed the Father's Day card.
No, I didn't. I said I've got them arriving in the shopping tomorrow, because I knew...
Oh, yeah, and then you put it down. Then she put it down on the table, and I noticed on the front of the card, it said in Braille. And I thought, oh, okay, whatever. And it was a fine card, but it did have Braille on the bottom of it, so you could read that it said Happy Father's Day in Braille. And I was like, is that sending the wrong message? To be clear, my dad isn't blind. He may.
It had writing on the card as well.
It did have writing. Didn't have any writing on the inside.
I thought it meant
obviously.
embossed
So yeah.
when I bought
Anyway.
it. I bought it online. I don't know.
Semrab says my youngest son shocked me by dropping a card and a few beers yesterday on the way from work. Impressed. Good one. Pizza Express sent an apology after sending one after I'd opted out. Wonder how widespread. That's, yeah. O'Reilly says that requires us to have our dads in the stream and watching. Not sure if I want my dad here. Thanks.
But you could just show him it.
Viali says my son sent me a card but won't arrive until Monday. Royal snail mail. Trev's night chat. How you doing? Trev says hello, Mike and Kath. Hope you're both doing well. Yeah, not doing too bad at all. Anon says all I need for Father's Day is peace and quiet. No shirts or socks. Greets from the Caribbean. Hello to the Caribbean. What's the weather like there? Is it going to be as nice as ours over the next couple of days? I doubt it.
I think it'd be much nicer.
It's probably nicer in the Caribbean, to be fair.
We've got thunder and lightning.
Yeah, we've got thunder and lightning, and
Right,
we're going from like 20 degrees. It's been pretty much all week, about 20 degrees or
Is it
thereabouts,
raining this
and
week?
raining or cloudy, to 32 degrees full on sun. So all of the kind of the typical, I don't even know how to say it, but basically there's going to be lobsters on South Beach.
Oh, it is actually. It's changed now. It's
If
full
anyone's
on
seen that.
sun. There is no thunder and lightning.
Oh, and on says it's rainy a bit. See, Caribbean doesn't have it all. Just because you can go outside and pick coconuts. Actually, that's pretty cool. David Underhill says 11 degrees C here. Wow. Lead Farmer's back. How you doing, Lead Farmer? Jim says, let's blow up some stuff. That's a bloody great idea. We should do that. Let's get on with the main event for tonight's stream. Oh dear. And let's take a look at this PC. Now, at which point, it's really shame because the sun is just setting at the moment. It looks really nice out there now. And I've got a nice breeze coming through there, but I'm going to have to turn the lights on because otherwise it's going to look awful because it's a black PC. And I don't know if that's actually going to help at all. So let's do that one as well. And I've got my keyboard and mouse. And let's try and grab the PC without actually damaging it. Ugh. So there we are. My apologies, it is a little bit on the dusty side, but
Mem test USB.
it is a real... yes, I do have mem test on the USB. Although I don't think it's going to be very useful at the moment because this doesn't actually boot. And you would need a bootable computer to be able to run that particular piece of software. I need a cloth.
New CPU, new Mobo, AMD5 best fix. Corby House.
That didn't do well.
Oh, I love the Trinidad accent.
Trinidad.
Oh, that's so cool.
Very nice.
It's a toss up between that and Australian. One of my favourite accents.
O'Reilly says, oh my god, a live real memory card reader and optical drive in the wild. Right, so Intel 13600K, Intel Z790-P MSI Pro Motherboard, actual card reader, actual DVD LG. Is that a super multi-drive nonetheless? That supports secure disk. Now this is a very unusual case that it took me a while to work out where the power button is, but the power button is actually here on the side. The reset button is there. That I thought was a button, but it's not. It's a blanking plate for the USB. That did get me. That was one of those gotcha moments.
Did he work on Time Team?
Did he work on Time Team?
He went in the TARDIS and
That's
came back
hurtful. Yeah. So let's have a look inside and see what's going on. Now what I will do is I have actually got a HDMI cable, so we can actually see if it's booting or not. But what I will show you is what I have noticed, or what has been evident from this computer, is the fact that when it's trying to boot up, first of all you get the CPU light, red, then you get the amber light, which is for RAM. It stays on that for maybe about 10 seconds or so, seems longer. Always does, a bit like flashing a BIOS. It seems like it's taking forever, but it's like 5 minutes.
Has the BIOS ever been updated?
I'm not aware if the BIOS has ever been updated, but this system has worked. So unless the BIOS is corrupted in some way, shape or form, which I guess is possible, but I would like to rule out everything else first of all. One of my key concerns is...
O'Reilly?
No, Raleigh is fine. He's not one of my concerns at all.
Before you blurt out.
A Raleigh, what did he say? What is the PSU? I feel it would be a bit ancient if it seems to be the same age as the card reader and the optical drive.
I don't know if that's where you were leading.
Lead Farmer says, doubt is the BIOS, likely memory or CPU. It could be. Hopefully it's not the RAM. That would be awful. The power supply is an old Thermaltake unit. So it's a TR2 470, which I don't even know if this actually has a production date on it, or whether they actually did production dates back then. If it did have a production date, I think it might actually be in Roman numerals. It doesn't appear to have any sort of rating on there. I can see some caps on the side, but it doesn't have any obvious markings. It is ATX 2.0. We're on ATX 3.1 now, or ATX 3 realistically. So it's an older unit, understandably. Yeah, 470 is a very odd thing. I'm pretty sure the 470, the 12 volt rel is only 15 amps. So that is 15 times 12, that is 180, is that? Hey Siri, what's 12 times 15?
12 times 15 is 180.
Yeah, 180. So it's only got 180 watts on the 12 volt rail. Also, it's got 14 amps. Oh, actually, no, it's got two 12 volt rails. Two 12 volt rails, one at 14 amps and one at 15 amps. I have no idea how it's split, but that's, yeah, actually saying that, it's quite unusual to have a split rail on a power supply. I don't think I've seen it on a power supply in a very, very long time. Apart from some of those crazy, like, 1,600 watt monsters that Thermaltake did a couple of years back. Well, about a year or so. So, yeah, 15, so what's that, 30 times 12, 300. So it's got about 350 watts roughly on the 12 volt rail. So 350 watts is a little bit on the low side, to be fair. The 13600K from memory, I think that would go up to getting close to 200 watts under full load. Maybe a little bit less than that. Random crashes is usually caused by bad RAM.
And above it.
Yes. The RAM, but the thing is it doesn't boot at all now. And it doesn't seem to fail on the RAM count. It seems to stop somewhere after that, which seems really odd. So my personal idea, the three things that I'm really looking at, I'm going to discount the RAM. I'm going to say it's not a RAM problem, but I don't know for sure. My thoughts are corrupted BIOS, power supply issue, or CPU degradation. Those are my three primary things. The corrupted BIOS one is going to be a difficult one to prove for me here at the moment. Yes, Kath?
A few in the chat, really. PSU instantly becomes suspect number one.
Yes.
Maybe a failing SSD, Clary.
Yep, failing SSD could be right.
Jan says Thermaltake TR2 470 watt, released unused in October 2005.
So the power supply could be 20 years old.
21. Got a key at the door, that power supply.
Wow. So, I think the first thing to do is if we power this up, and we'll have a look and see what's going on. And then we'll just go through checking everything. We'll take the CMOS battery out. During my kind of interactive diagnostic with the customer, got him to take out the graphics card, got him to take out the CMOS battery. He didn't have a multimeter to check the voltage on the BIOS battery, but he did put another one in that he had, but he doesn't know how long he had it, so potentially that might be a problem. You never know. Although,
what hard drive
most hard drives it's got in here, there's a Seagate.
Does it have an SSD?
It's got an NVMe drive, I believe, underneath the GPU. I think it's got a Crucial P5 Pro, which is quite a nice, tasty drive. It's got another SSD here, which looks like it's a MX500 possibly. Obviously got the optical drive, and there is a Seagate drive there, Seagate hard disk drive, which is a 3 gig.
Charles Ballard, but you're joking, you don't honestly think that thing has an SSD in it, do you?
It has. The stupid thing is, this is a really modern motherboard and process. Well, modern-ish. The motherboard is a Z790 from Intel. The processor is a 13600K. This was done about 2-3 years ago that it was built. So obviously a lot of the older stuff was kept from a previous iteration, new motherboard, processor, RAM, etc., etc. So anyway, like I said, I think the first thing to do is to turn it on, and we'll see exactly what it's doing, and then we can start going through the fault finding. Right, what do I need? I need a HDMI. Important to test those batteries on a load.
And important you keep checking the chat, I think.
I'm trying to check the chat. I do need. That is going to be one of our first purchases, actually, of the new limited company. I'm going to get an iPad and I'm going to put it on a stand on this side, so I can actually read the chat up close.
But it'd be tiny.
With my old man eyes. Okay. So
What do you read on that big screen then?
that on there.
What's that? Can't you make that bigger?
I can, but it's the fact that it's physically in the wrong place because the PC's in the way. Because the way that the setup is. If the monitor was over there, or there, I could probably just about see it.
I bet you don't see that on an iPad because it'd be tiny.
I'll have to get the chat done on a projector over on the wall there. That's not a bad idea. I have got a projector.
But too loud.
Wonder if I could do that.
You need a silent one.
That'd be sweet, having the chat on a projector.
But it'd be too loud.
It would be. David Under says bin is the best fix.
That's Jan would be so glad the volume's down. If we had a projector going.
Right, I know what I need. I need a power cable. That would be very important. Don't really get very far without a power cable.
I would unplug all wires, USB and storage, just power it on with RAM and video.
Well, we will go through all of that. And I'm gonna, like, this is as it's coming from the customer, effectively. So we are just gonna validate what they've said. And we'll see where we go from there. So let's, I'm not sure, are you going to be able to see the diagnostic LEDs there? Yeah, you probably will. Okay, so we'll hit the power button. So I haven't got a keyboard and mouse plugged in. That should be fine, it'll just throw up an error. But hopefully the diagnostic LED, so it went from red to amber. It's on amber. The RGB RAM is lit up, so the RAM is at least showing that it's getting power. and now the LED has gone off. So we haven't had a VGA error, and we haven't had a boot error. Now if I go to the other input, where are we? HDMI input. And that's not very useful, is it? HDMI 3. Oh, that is on there.
That's John, I didn't see red. Turn it off and start getting babs.
Custom, I'm going to do device default. So yeah, we basically have got nothing. Oh, hang on, let me move these around. Actually, we'll put it in the middle there. So yeah, as you can see, no signal. So I'll just press reset just to see what happens. And did anybody see red? Sky says, I hope Mike's fire insurance is up to date. This is proof that Thermaltake PSUs are good, lol. Hey, if it worked for 20 years. We got anything yet? No, we got nothing yet. Did we see the red LED? That's Jan, I didn't see red. Did you see red that time when I pressed the reboot? Yes, red then orange. Thanks, O'Reilly. So, we can reasonably assume that the PC is getting power. I've got lights on the front for power for the card reader. The DVD drive is working. Got lights on the front, power LEDs. Obviously, fans are spinning. The out, yep, that one's working. There's some noise from somewhere. Some fan somewhere is making quite a racket. That one back? Sounds like it's something in the front. I don't think there's any fans in the front. No, there is a fan there. Yeah, there is a fan there. It's a little bit on the noisy side. So, we can confirm 100% there is actually power getting to it.
AF or just K?
It's a K. So it has got integrated graphics. So just as a kind of a little bit of a sanity check, we take out the RAM in its entirety. And even on a board which is like dying on its ass, you should still get BIOS bleeps, because those BIOS bleeps are the very, very first part of any diagnostic work that a motherboard can physically do. So even if it isn't given an output, BIOS bleeps are at such a low level of the BIOS, or UEFI, that they happen before anything else gets processed. So your CPU doesn't even have to be doing any code, decompressing code. Nothing at all has to be happening other than the fact that there's power to the board. So let's try that now.
If you have a speaker for the bleeps to come out of.
1, 2, 3. So 3 long beeps, which, if I'm right in thinking, for an MSI motherboard is no RAM detected. So we know that it's some really fundamental, basic part of how a motherboard works. The motherboard logic, at least at a very low level, is detecting there's no RAM. So that's a really good place to start. So we know the motherboard is kind of working. So we know we don't necessarily have to look at that straight away. Yes, Kath?
Unplug DVD, SATA power.
We will definitely do that. So
Also, before you let me,
I'll turn this off a second.
I had a case the DVD SATA caused corruption. There's something else.
David O'Neill says BIOS.
Which motherboard is it?
The motherboard is a MSI Z790-P Wi-Fi, DDR5.
I think we're up to date.
Yeah, David O'Neill says the BIOS beeps are generated by the chipset, not the CPU. So we know that the chipset is working, or at least on some kind of rudimentary level. And for the chipset to be working, obviously the motherboard has to be getting power. There has to be power going through the logic gates, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah, we're pretty confident that the motherboard is at least getting power and is starting to try to get the CPU to execute code.
Jim says remove GPU plug into HDMI on motherboard.
Okay, so again, lots of really valid suggestions there. I think what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to rule out any of the other drives on that 12 volt rail being potential issues. So I'm going to unplug the SATA drive. I'm going to unplug the SSD. I'm going to unplug the spinning Rust drive, and what else have we got which we can unplug? I think that is it, because the M.2 is going to be on the board, so that isn't getting powered. So I'll just double check the connection to the motherboard. Those all seem to be okay, and I will just put one stick of RAM in. I know people have mentioned that it potentially could be a RAM problem. The possibility of it being both RAM sticks is extremely rare. One RAM stick, yes, I could probably get on board with that, but for both, I would say that is unlikely. So we will swap the RAM sticks out anyway, just to make sure. And let's fire it up. So now we've got none of the optical drives connected, and I'm not sure if you can still see. I'm pretty sure it's not going to get any further, and it doesn't appear that it has. So we appear to be in essentially the same position. I think what I might do is, if I go back to the main camera,
Front fan and front USB.
and let's add in another source. Video capture device. I'm going to do HDMI 3. I'll put that up there where it's kind of out of the way. So now hopefully you can see what's going on a little bit better, and you can see if there is going to be a display, you'll see it in that top corner. So that doesn't appear to have changed anything at all. So I think we can turn that off. Zero Defect says, what about onboard graphics? So as part of ruling out possibilities, as the next kind of progression of your diagnostics, essentially what you want to do is get to the point where you're removing components one by one until you get some signs of life out of the system. That's the best way of doing it, in my opinion. Other people may do it different ways, but in my opinion, that is the way to do it. So as part of the kind of thing, we've ruled out the drives, so that's fine. So if we take the graphics card out, because obviously the graphics card is what actually displays an image. So potentially this is a slightly older graphics card. I believe it's a 1050 Ti. So it's a good, what, 10 years old, maybe? I'm not sure if the Ti came out a little bit later. But the 1050 Ti, nearly 10 years old or thereabouts, is probably a good candidate for not being 100% as a palette card. So palette cards are generally quite good. Doesn't appear to have ever been tampered with. The tamper screws are still intact, and there doesn't seem to be any obvious signs of damage. Actually, is that a 1050? Might be a 1070. That can't be a 1070. No, 1050. It says it's got 1050F on the serial number. That confused me. I was thinking I've never seen a 1070 that small. So we've taken that out of the equation. So obviously now we have to put the HDMI into the HDMI on the back.
Aliman's Laura says you need to remove the motherboard from the cabinet and test it on a test bench.
Well,
Sometimes a tight screw will not allow the board to boot.
That is, again, we are going through this methodically. So we start off with accessories. Now we're looking at PCI cards. Eventually we will get it stripped down so the motherboard is out. But I'm not just going to rip it all apart and do that, because it might not be that. And why make yourself more work when potentially you don't need to? So I do agree with what you're saying though. So we'll try that now. We are now using the integrated graphics, and let's see what we get. Hey Phil Stodd, how you doing?
Mine were a little mazy.
That system is a bit of a mismatch. No shit. Right, so we've got nothing displaying at the moment, and I'm guessing all all of the diagnostic LEDs have gone out. Now I suppose at this point we could put another stick of RAM in, just to really give it that kind of that real thing. Again, realistically, I would find it very difficult to believe that both sticks of RAM are bad, but I will give it the benefit of the doubt. And I'll take out another stick and I'll grab one of my sticks up here. This is some Corsair 32 gig 5600, which I just purchased via our eBay Discord bot for a very, very, very nice price, considering it was supposed to be new. It does appear to be, because it doesn't want to come out the packet. Is that stuck? Come on. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's tape on it. Oh no, it flips that way. I never buy new RAM. I didn't know it opened that way. So I'll just leave one, I'll just use one stick, because there's no point really putting two in. And I will try it in both channels just to be on the safe side, because you never know. Right, that's firmly clicked into place. So 3, 2, 1, and we'll see if there is an image on the screen. If it is the RAM, I'll be amazed. Absolutely amazed. As I say, test it. Well, I haven't actually got another DDR5 test bench to put the RAM in to test it, unfortunately. But no, we still got the same. And weirdly, what we're also not getting, there is a BIOS beep speaker. So if it has booted, but not displaying an image, it should beep. Or we should get some sort of error message beep code, which we're not getting. We did when we took the RAM out. So it knows that there's RAM there. So potentially the motherboard's getting to a point where it cannot recognize a display adapter. So that could be in the actual motherboard logic.
RAM could go bad with a junky PSU unstable volt.
Yes, that is very true. And we will get to the point very shortly where we will put it on the power supply tester and make sure it's working. Yep, I am doing the other RAM slot. And again, I'll let you lot. Oh, actually, I can see through there. That's good.
Did we reset the BIOS?
BIOS has not been reset. But saying that, if you get subsequent no boot situations, the BIOS will generally reset itself to defaults anyway. And I'm guessing, yeah, we have absolutely nothing. Okay. So we've ruled out the RAM, we've ruled out the graphics card, we've ruled out the storage media. So at this point now, we are essentially down to motherboard, processor, cooler, RAM, and power supply. So I think now is a very good time for us to actually validate that the power supply is actually doing what it's supposed to do. So I'm going to take my RAM out of there.
Did you see my maze again?
No.
She was in the window and then suddenly notices that. And she came in and went out.
Unbelievable how much that stuff costs these days. Right, so to test the power supply, there's various ways you can do it. You can, of course, if you want to, you can use a very simple multimeter and probe the pins. But if you're like me, which you may well be, you're too lazy to do that. So you'll get a device which will test it for you. I'm just going to take the BIOS battery out, and we might as well give that a little bit of a test. So put this onto 20 volts and let's see what we get. So we're getting 3.12 volts on the BIOS battery, which is fine. Anything under 3 volts I would be a bit concerned, but yeah, 3.11 volts. And hello Tim, how you doing? Tim is the owner of the PC, by the way. Tim Overson. We're on the edge of our seats. It is a 13600K. So the BIOS battery is fine and has got plenty of voltage in it, or at least enough for the motherboard to function. So that is fantastic. So we'll put this to one side because we may need this later on to check out what is going on the motherboard. If there's some sort of voltage issues with the motherboard, potentially there might be. We can see what parts of the board are getting power or not. So next thing to do, I think, is to test the power supply. So I'm going to grab my Thermaltake Dr. Power 3, which with some amount of irony is good because it is a Thermaltake power supply.
I can confirm BIOS not updated.
Thank you, Tim. So that is definitely something we can look at. So this is a pretty cool little piece of kit. Basically a digital display on there. You plug in all of your connectors around the outside edges and press the button, and essentially it will check the power supply to make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. There is actually some circuitry on here. It's not like a dumb device, so there is actually some circuitry on there which does kind of simulate a small load on the power supply, which is actually quite important. So there's your EPS connector. There's only 4 pins there. Normally you'd like to see at least 8 there, but I guess if it has worked, then it should be fine. Yeah, let me know how old the power supply is, Tim, if you have an idea. We seem to believe it could be getting on towards 20 years old. But that might just be wishful thinking. Right, let's turn that off before I plug this in, so this thing doesn't go wild. This will bleep now with an error code. Let's put some SATA power in there as well. And I don't think this has PCI Express, so how am I going to show you this best? Let's go to the overhead camera.
I think I got the PSU when I built the PC, but as we're finding out, I'm not an expert.
No worries. Right. So power supply is on, so the tester is illuminated. Can you actually see that at all?
Not really.
Okay.
I can see the camera.
We will try and do our best with what we have.
Does it come up? I can see the TT, but
Oh, right, okay, that's fine then.
blurry.
So it is quite blurry anyway. So we'll press the power button. Power supply is on, and immediately we have bad things happening. So we have what appears to be, I'm not sure how well you're going to see this on the camera. I might have to zoom all the way in.
I think we can see that. 119, 520.
So 5.2 volts on the 5-volt rail. And 3.4647, 35, yeah, it is all over the place. And the power good signal is 340. That's not ideal. And the 12-volt rail is pretty much bang on 12, but it does drop. It is fluctuating all over the place. But we definitely got an F on the 3.3-volt rail. Okay, so we can pretty much categorically say, let me see if I zoom that back out. And go back to there. So we can pretty confidently say that the power supply looks like it could be a very serious contender for being... Windows are open. Scared neighbours.
I do when I'm
So yeah, the 12-volt rail is all over the place. Goes from like 12.1 to 12 to 11.8 really quickly. All right, shut up. Let's do CPU. So CPU, yeah, The CPU power is not great at all. And the SATA rel, well, the 3.3 rel is, yeah, way over. I saw 3.6 then. So,
A new one with at least 8 pins.
yeah, the power supply does appear to be certainly not in the best of shapes. I would want to say something different, but I won't because this is a family show. But yes, the Dr. Power 3 has come in clutch once more. It's a handy little kit, this actually. If you haven't got one, it's actually worth getting because it can save you all kinds of things. Because we saw the PC power up, so we knew it was getting power, but we can never know exactly what the power you're getting is, whether it's clean power. So I think we can argue that the power supply is a problem, certainly. So I think the best thing to do is if we stick the RAM back in, and what we'll do is we'll grab another power supply and we'll do another test boot and see what happens then. What are the bets? Let me know in the chat, because I love to see you guys talking about it. Let me know in the chat, if we put a new power supply in, do you think this thing is going to magically come back to life and I'm going to get an easy night? I don't think that's going to happen. I think that is going to be not the case, but you never know. Power supply time it is. So let me find a power supply.
Dude says, I got one of those PSU testers recently and it works well.
Thank you.
So I did have a PSU go completely bad a couple of weeks after checking it. You never know when a PSU will die when it's fairly old.
That is true. Right, let's see what we've got here. That should do.
So most are saying yes. Red Farmer, if damage not something no vote or CPU.
That is my concern. With the 3.3 volt rail being as weird and fluctuating as it is, that could spell a lot of damage to the motherboard, because the 3.3 volt rail is what is used by your M.2 drives. It's used by your chipset, and it's also used for, I'm trying to think what else it is. It obviously goes through the main power connectors for the motherboard and also the drives. So it's like SATA drives use 3.3, 5 and 12 volts. I think mostly they tend to use 3.3 and 5 these days, or whatever it is anyway. So the 3.3 volt rail goes through a lot of stuff, which is good and bad. Obviously the 12 volt rail is what the CPU uses predominantly, I think. So CPU wise, in theory we should be okay, unless it has degraded. So power supply time. So this is a, what is this? This is an FSP Vita 1000 watts, which yeah, that should have sufficient wattage for our needs. I got a bag of cables, so there is our CPU, so let's plug that in.
CPU is what worries me, but the measuring MOSFETs lightly will protect.
Yeah, most modern motherboards have actually got some pretty decent protection on them.
Stop faffing on about the BIOS. Resolve the PSU and other bits first.
Who said that?
What do you think?
Dutch Jan.
No.
Kerry?
No.
I don't know.
David Underhill.
All right.
Obviously no.
So what's he said to do?
Stop faffing on about the BIOS. Resolve the PSU and other bits first.
I don't think I said anything about the BIOS, did I?
Don't know. Well, I say no. It's too computerised.
Kath zoned out.
Zone out, David Underhill. Best thing for it.
I knew I should have put these in a bag, because the box that this power supply was in, I got the box was damaged. So I thought, I'll just put it in a bag, it'll be fine. And now it's pissing me off. Right, so realistically we can get away with just doing the main 24 pin and also the 12 volt for the CPU.
FSP PSU to have a fire extinguisher ready.
FSP makes some of the best power supplies on the market.
I'll tell you that.
FSP's good shit. If this catches on fire now, I'm going to look really stupid. But it happens. Well, it shouldn't. FSP to the rescue, hopefully. CPU there. So let's put that there. And we'll turn it off and we'll plug this in and hopefully not get sparks. Don't like sparks. And we'll turn it on. And have we still got the VGA connected? Yes, we have. So, if you're religious, now is a good time. Actually, before we do this, yeah, lots of bangs in the comments. It's on. It's not caught on fire yet. What we got? So we got red LED. We're on RAM training or RAM testing. Is there anything on the screen? Bang! Oh, fuck's sake! Shit. I smell fire. Windows open. That's what it is. Barbecue. Right. Well, the diagnostic LEDs are out. We still don't have a display. So, that's not great.
Subject.
Yeah.
Humphrey, I think it's called. It's got a number in it. Can you see it?
What time?
9:37. Do you think, Mike? Do you think?
Mike, do you think Thermalite single assassin single target is enough for? Ooh. The 7800X3D is a weird one because I've had times where the 7800X3D, I've been able to cool it on a single tower cooler, like a really cheap one. If you look at my video for the Lianli 011 Vision M, I used the air cooler in that and it ran really, really well at low temperatures. But the same processor in this PC with a 360 on there didn't like it at all. So yeah, the 7800X3D is weird. Sometimes they can be super efficient, but sometimes they can run hot as hell. In theory, you should be able to get away with a single tower cooler for it because I think it's limited to what, 88 watts or something?
Senrab asked a question.
Senrab. Question, should you be accessing the BIOS first as... Should you be accessing the BIOS first? Oh, right, yeah. It should be, because we took the CMOS battery out. So it should have reset the defaults. Normally, your BIOS will come on... Well, it will basically enable any VGA device. So whether it's a graphics card or on board.
Are we sure it's an F-Series?
Yes, I have... Well... From the receipt that Tim had on his phone, it did say a 13600K. It definitely wasn't an F, and it definitely wasn't a KF. It was a K. So, I guess we're kind of getting to that point where, I was thinking that this was going to cure it, to be honest with you. So the next thing to do is, do we take that processor out, put it into another motherboard to see if the processor works? Or do we put another CPU into this board and see if another CPU works on this board? Let me know in the chat. Lead Farmer says flashback. That's definitely worth a go, I think. Try to update BIOS with flash BIOS button. Are you sure the battery is good? Did you use a load resistor on that tester? I didn't, to be honest with you. It is a newish battery which has gone in there. I recall Tim saying it was a newish one that's gone in there, so it should be fine. No, what was a rallies? I didn't see that. Oh, did you put the GPU back in to see if it shows the display? I haven't done that yet, so maybe let's do that. Let's put in the graphics card again, and we'll see if that makes any difference. Because you never know. I didn't feel like it went all the way in, but that's what she said. I think it's just the case is a little bit deformed. Let's try that then. So, diagnostic LED again.
Try the easiest thing.
On the amber.
Place the CPU on the board as it is.
Yeah, that does sound like a good shout. So we're still getting that long or extended BIOS thing, and still nothing there. Actually, shall I move that down there? Actually, no, I'll leave it there.
Forget the GPU power cable.
Doesn't have a GPU power cable. Doesn't need one on this one. It's a low wattage card that takes it from the PCI Express slot. So,
The amber changed.
yeah, it should at the moment, because there's no boot device in there. Actually, tell a lie, there isn't there. There's the M.2 drive underneath. So, in theory, it could be booting. Because the weird thing is, we're not getting any BIOS beeps to say that there's a fault, which is really, really weird. So, next thing to do, right, let me know in the chat, which would you prefer me do? Should I do next a BIOS flashback, just to make sure the BIOS is okay? Or should I try another CPU? I'll give you a couple of minutes just to put it in there, let me know what you think. I'm going to grab a drink. I do have another GPU.
It doesn't look like the CPU to me. The LED turns off.
Riley says try another CPU in that motherboard. Dutch Jan says doesn't look like the CPU to me. The LED turns off. I'm thinking that the CPU is going to be good. Kerry says BIOS flashback. CPU is easy. CPU swap.
Do you see Tim's above that?
No, what did Tim say?
It might boot from the SSD. I can't remember how that's set up.
Yeah, I think it will try and boot to it if there. BIOS, PCI slot. Check your... Zero Defect says, check your DHCP server on your router. Is that to me? I hope it was. Flashback, GPU swap. Try another CPU. David Under says, don't even consider a BIOS update until rest is working. But that's the thing, if the BIOS is corrupted, and that is preventing it from booting, that's a difficult one. I am torn between BIOS flashback and a CPU swap. Jim says, I would try the 13600K in another board. Flashback, then CPU board change. Okay, I think what I'll do is, quite a few of you are saying BIOS flashback. iRoofman says hard CMOS reset. So realistically, if we do a BIOS flashback, then that is essentially going to be as good as a hard reset for the CMOS. So let's turn this off. Sarah says, so why can you not HDMI from motherboard boot to BIOS before anything? So why can you not HDMI from motherboard boot? You can, if it's working. Does K have an iGPU? I think KF doesn't. No, KF doesn't. It's definitely. I'm sure it's a K. What?
The LED stopping on.
It's not. It's not stopping. It goes red for CPU. It then goes to amber for RAM. Stays there for about 5-10 seconds, and then the lights go out.
Do you have a spare board?
I have got a spare board, and I have got a spare CPU. So I think updating the BIOS is probably a good idea, although my slight concern with that is, Tim, if you are still watching, which I hope you are, please let me know in the chat. Your Windows on this PC, is it using a Microsoft account? And also, do you know if you have BitLocker enabled? And if so, do you have a recovery key? Or at least access to the Microsoft account so you can get the recovery key? because if we update the BIOS, it will disable the BitLocker key. So I'll wait for Tim to make a reply. Lead Farmer says Windows auto activates with Microsoft Hardware ID. No need to worry.
It's a Microsoft account.
Tim is a Microsoft account. Okay. Yeah. Do you have BitLocker drive encryption enabled? Do you know?
Change the CPU and check what it is.
Yeah, there isn't really a quick way here, because if we put a new CPU in and it still doesn't work, we're no further forward.
Tim says I haven't consciously set up BitLocker.
Okay, and was it Windows 10 or Windows 11? And if so, was it a fresh install or an upgrade?
No encryption.
No encryption. Okay. Ivory Orphan says corrupted BIOS or storage, remove M.2. Well, we could actually remove the M.2 because if we're going to flash the BIOS, we might as well take out most of the stuff in here. So let's remove the graphics card. We'll take that out of the equation.
11 things, maybe.
11, okay.
Maybe.
I would have thought it's 11, to be honest. Let's get a smaller screwdriver and we will remove the M.2 drive, just to, because the M.2 drive will be using 3.3 volts as well. So I guess it could, if the M.2 drive is bad, that could do something, but then also if the power supply was giving out dodgy 3.3 volt rail.
If it was my bench, I would gut the machine, check CPU in another neighbour.
The trouble is with this sort of thing, especially when you're doing it on a live stream video, it's very difficult to do things as you would normally do them, because you are somewhat aware of trying to keep it a little bit interesting and maintain some level of suspense for the viewers.
It is 11. Can't remember if it was an update or fresh install.
Okay. Cool, that drive didn't want to come out of there. Christ almighty. That drive feels like it's welded in. Ooh. Right. Yes, I think so, but I'm going to have to change the angle of this a minute, I think, because that drive does not want to come out. The clasp is off.
Big butt to me.
Big butt. Yes. No, I've got a drink now.
I can't multitask, man.
No. Let's take that out of there. I'm taking the M.2 screw out. There we go. For some reason, it's got one of those MSI kind of quick release doodads, but it doesn't seem to really want a quick release. So the drive is sort of welded in there. Now, what's the drive? Oh. Now, for those of you that are watching, this is a sign of a drive which has got very, very hot. See where the thermal pad is sweated? So there's a little bit of oil on the drive. Generally that isn't too bad a thing. You see it all the time on EVGA graphics cards. But that should be okay. What we could do, actually no, I'm not gonna do that. I'll put it to one side for now, and just for curiosity's sake, I will try and boot it again without that drive installed, because you never know. Hey, the FSP still hasn't caught on fire.
Bang!
What are we on? Yellow still for a little bit. Hey, Candy.
Hello, Candy.
It's doing essentially the same thing again.
Say hello.
And I'm guessing there's nothing on the screen? No.
There he is. There's a candy kitten.
There's Candy Kitten.
You better
Right,
put it
boss?
there, you've got a magnet, you've got the screws loose.
Yeah, don't be going on here with all the screws. Silicon oil bleed, yeah.
There's some food in here, Baba.
What does Jim say?
Hey, Dave.
That's a workout video SSD, yeah. Let the cat have a go. The cat will probably do better than me, to be fair. So,
She's so clever.
whichever way forward we go from here,
Board is cooked.
there isn't really an easy option, because if we do a BIOS flash, all that we'll know, actually, that might be a good place to start thinking about it, because logically, if you think about it, if you try and do a BIOS flash and it refuses to flash the BIOS, you know there's something else wrong with the motherboard. In which case then, if we try a BIOS flash and it doesn't work, we can then take that CPU out, put it into another board to see if the CPU works. Conversely, if the BIOS flash does work, we can see if that works and see if that CPU works. So I think the BIOS flash is probably the best way forward. So I've actually got a pretty cool thing set up on my other PC that I can transmit my screen from my other PC into this stream, hopefully. I've never tried it before, so this could all go very, very wrong. So do bear that in mind, but I'm going to try it and we'll see what happens. So let me just fire up my screen. Oh, sorry, Candy. Poor little Candy, shit herself then. And I will close Discord just in case. And in theory, now you should be able to see. Here's my other computings. Here's my other computings. So we'll stick that in there. And that has got a BIOS. Update file on it already. So we'll delete that. And close. So we want MSI Pro Z790-P Wi-Fi. Which is that one there. That looks like the Badger. So let's go to support. Can they actually see this on the screen? Let me know in the comments. I can't see the comments at the moment, but let me know in the comments if you can actually see this.
Is that MSI's website?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll go to BIOS. Which was on already, and we also get the latest one. Download that. So we'll download that. Save it to the desktop. And then we'll open the desktop. And we'll extract all.
2 mics. Their ears are hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 times audio.
How can I have 2 times audio?
Mic.
Sorry. I think I know what I've got to do.
You're so oblivious then.
There, is that better? Let me know if that's better.
Mute the PC.
I have done, I think. Is that okay now?
I haven't heard anything since.
Let us know, chat. Is that okay now?
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, I had the other source active as well. Okay, so we know what we... Oh, I don't want to open it. Go away. MSI.ROM.
Because the second sign is louder than the normal sign. Everyone else is saying sign doubled.
Send to USB drive. USB drive MSI. There we go. There, that bloody works. That great. Science, yeah? Right. Let's have a look. I'm not entirely sure which one of these is the BIOS flashback port. It's that one up the top. So we'll use that one. And yeah, I think that is it. So where is the BIOS flashback button? There. Right, that is flashing. Excellent stuff. So, in theory, actually, can I see that button?
Charles Ballard drifted off. How did you get it booted?
I didn't. That was my other PC. Right, that doesn't seem to be doing anything. That stopped, didn't it? Now, again, we're at a strange juncture here where potentially it could be because the BIOS is too new. If this board is 2-3 years old and it's never had a BIOS update, it could be that it's looking for an older BIOS. Or it just could be the board is knackered. Let's try that again. So what are we getting? Slow flash. So that is initializing the drive. Then it stops. Does it start again after? Yes. Then it tries again. Not sure. Can you actually see the red flash on the back? So it does a series of about 6 or 7 flashes, stops, then about 6 or 7 flashes, which I don't think I've ever seen before. So let me get a older BIOS, maybe. Actually, Tim, if you're still in the chat, hopefully you are, can you let me know the date of purchase of the board on your receipts if you've got it to hand? If you haven't, don't worry. I will just try a BIOS from like maybe 2 years ago or something. Mocha. No RAM, no CPU. Let's try that. I'll take the RAM out. I'll take the CPU out. Actually, I'll leave the CPU in for now. Let's try it without the RAM. I wonder if that'll make a difference. Where's this? This reminds me of one of our early dates, Kath. Oh, there it is. Got it.
What's that?
Me fumbling around. Sorry.
Why did Lead Farmer put Discord on there? Can you see Discord where you are?
Yeah, on my
I
phone.
don't know if it is for you. I've only just come back in the room, haven't I?
Discord. What did what have you sent me? You haven't, or have you?
He does a exclamation in Discord. I don't know if that's meant to put the Discord link in for somebody.
Right. It doesn't.
He sent you something. I don't know.
I will. I'll put the Discord link in the chat.
Not sure what it was about.
I'm going to try the older BIOS. We've got the screen up on there. I'm not going to bother flicking it over because it's a bit pointless. So. April 23, did Tim say there? So that is possibly why it's not liking it. So let's try something from 24. Yeah, of course, because there have been microcode updates, weren't there? Right, let's try that. Oh, that's a beta version. No, I don't want to do that. Let's try that one. Download to desktop again. Open Sesame. Extract all. MSI.ROM. Yes, I do. USB drive, delete. Desktop. Sorry, talking to myself. Send to USB drive. MSI ROM, there we go. Okay, we have a new drive with new technology on it. Let's try that. So this is a BIOS version AC, which on the website says is somewhere around the middle of 2024. So that shouldn't have been too big a jump forward. That did a few flashes, then stopped. Let's see if it continues any further. Please flash, please. Oh, you bastard. Right, that didn't work either. So, BIOS flashback utility. Actually, this is one of the first times I think I've ever seen a BIOS flash not work. in my entire career. I've heard about it, but I've never actually had it happen to myself. So, at this point, it's probably going to be taking the CPU out anyway. So, we might as well do that. Let's turn off the power supply before we start delving in there. And I suppose actually I could unplug that a minute. And I'll put this on the overhead camera so you can see what I'm doing. I'm running out of space here. Let's leave that in there. Don't want to break the antennas. Let's go with the overhead. There you go. So we'll take that off. Good old thermal right. Can't go wrong with a thermal right. Shall I leave that on or off? Actually, I'll take that out completely, because you never know. Retry flashback with no CPU, says Lead Farmer. Okay, roger that. I'm looking for a screwdriver.
Did you ask Tim a question of the date?
Yes.
April 23?
Yeah. I must say as well, thank you all for joining us on tonight's stream. It is very much appreciated. I know there is other things going on in the world, like football. Although I don't think there's a match tonight anyway. Not one of any significant importance. I say that in jest. I know Germany are playing tonight. Well, at least I think Germany are playing tonight, am I right? There's a few people in there saying the motherboard is dead. I'll be honest with you, I'm tempted to agree.
David Underhill said tonight it's 7:03 AM here.
Yeah, David is in the twilight zone, otherwise known as Australia. Okay, so one of the annoying things about Thermalright coolers is the brackets. Because in order to actually get to the brackets here, it's a little bit of a song and dance, because you don't really want to undo both sides, because there's a tendency for the actual mount to like pop out the back of the board. But I am going to do it here regardless, because I want to minimize our problem set if we can. Germany, wow, Germany versus the Ivory Coast, 1-0 down. No. Come on, Germany. I don't even know where the Ivory Coast is, to be honest with you. Where is the Ivory Coast?
Ivory, of course.
Is it in the land of Ivory? Right next to Ebony. Right, so let's actually have a look at the CPU pins there. I can't imagine for any crazy reason that the CPU pins could be a problem, but get the head torch on, and now everything looks okay there, I would say. So let's plug the power supply back in, and we'll try another BOS flashback. Hopefully, as long as these wires are long enough, which I think they will be. If you're watching this and you haven't already, please do us a favour and hit the like button. And if you're on a mobile device, maybe consider hitting the hype button. If you've got any hype tokens left, I would very much appreciate that. And Google will appreciate it as well. They'll send you a little thing saying, you're great. Okay, so got the power cables in. I I need to turn the power supply back on. And let's try the BOS flashback once again with the CPU removed and see if we get any further. Or farther. Further or farther? I always get that wrong.
Father's Day tomorrow.
It is Father's Day tomorrow. You're absolutely right. So we've got a couple of flashes, then it stops. A couple of flashes, and it stops. So we had exactly the same thing happen there. Great. Okay, so we are at the position now. So the power supply, the CPU is out anyway, as is the RAM and everything else. So I think it's probably, we know the power supply isn't great, so we can kind of assume we're going to have to replace that anyway. But now I think we are pretty much limited to motherboard or CPU. So if we now try the CPU in another motherboard, and if we can get that to boot, we know the CPU is pretty much okay, and we've got a failed motherboard. Which is a pain, but not the end of the world, and arguably cheaper than a new CPU, or very similar anyway. And thank you there to... Hi.
You're blinding them.
Oh yeah. Thank you to Andrew C2026 for the £2 super chat. Much appreciated. Where's my mouse? I'll give you a little heart on that one.
I can do that. Can't find your mouse.
I got it. There we go. Let's put it up on the screen as well. Why did that come up? Oh, because H. Why did that not come up on there? Did I not click on it? Hey, there we go. There's Andrew. Check out Andrew. He ain't got no bloody clothes on. Jeepers. Get some clothes on, man. MSI.ROM, yep, that was right. MSI.ROM. USB. I'm not sure what you're saying. That is my tried and tested USB. This works on, like, this is what I've used for every BOS update I've done, basically since the channel started. So that should be okay. So yeah, I am gonna try. I think now we'll get this off the bench, and we'll try the CPU in another motherboard, and see what happens. It would be a tremendous shame, but sometimes these things do happen. My money would be on the CPU personally, but it pays to check it, and check it we will. So let's get my little test bench, which I have conveniently today reassembled.
I thought you'd written it down in your unit here.
No, it was Raleigh and Andy Archer.
Yeah.
Yay. Thermal paste, gosh darn it. So this is my kind of somewhat open air test bench, and this is a an ASRock. I'm trying to think actually what ASRock it is. It's an ASRock H610M ITX AC, he says, conveniently looking at the board up on the shelf. So let's see, how are we going to do this? Let's do it that way around, I think. Then you can see it a little bit better. So let's remove our CPU. This is running DDR4. Now actually somebody in the chat may be able to help me with this, because I must admit, this is slightly outside of my knowledge base. But does the Intel DDR4 and DDR5 controller, like, are they the same thing, or are they two separate controllers? Because this is going to work, or potentially could work, with DDR4, but if the DDR5 controller is bad, kind of is that a thing? And it is a 13600K, for those that were questioning it. Definitely is a K, not a KF. Make sure it's nice in the socket, it appears to be. Dutch Jan says CPU is fine. Well, I sort of hope so, because I think the CPU is probably the more expensive of the two. Rick H says, I have that test bench thanks to Mike's recommendation. No worries. Lead Farmer says, I'm clueless on that part. I've never looked it up. Yeah, it's not really something which I've ever really had to check or even look into for that matter. So let's put a little smidge of thermal paste on there. Literally a tiny little smidge. A smidgeon. And I'm not going to bother doing anything in particular with the cooler. There's a little bit of paste on there already, so just aim that towards the middle. Be fine. Oh, actually, do I want a... Yeah, let's put I'll put the fan on as well, just in case. And yeah, what's the bets this works? I kind of hope it does to some extent, but also I hope it doesn't.
You also have the Game Max PS.
The Game Max PSU of fire.
Love the RGB.
Fire! Is that? Mm. That's yeah. Sketchy AF, as they say. This is so sketchy it's not even true. Oh, you bastard. It's alright, I got it, I rescued it. Right then, let's see what happens then. So we're going to put HDMI in the HDMI port. I'm not going to bother about any other things, keyboard, mouse, all that bullshit, because, well, we don't know if we're going to get that far, do we? So all we need is some juice. Off position. I hate this power supply. So, is the screen still? Yes, it is. Right, let's... Bang! Oh, for God's sake, woman, stop freaking doing that!
That's not my fault. I'm being encouraged.
Well, it's on. I'll just rest that against there to hopefully cool something. Okay. Oh, we had no signal for a minute. Let's clear that off of there. And yeah. Well, that seemed to boot up with no problems whatsoever. So the CPU works, which on the two, if you think motherboard and processor, which one is the kind of the higher value? 13600K is probably more expensive than a motherboard. So it would look like the...
Hello, Otis.
So Jim says, yeah, motherboard seems to be it. Likely the PSU took out the board. Dave Underhill says, dodgy 3.3 rail probably killed the chipset and other chips. Viali says MSI motherboard. Ha 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 ha. Who else is saying that? So CPU works.
Want to eat food?
So yeah, that
Come on then.
I do need to check, or if someone else can check for me, what is the deal with the 13th gen Intel memory controller? Is the DDR4 and DDR5 controllers the same thing? Is it like a monolithic die for that? Or is it two separate dies? Because I would hate to think that it's the DDR5 controller. I don't think it is, because the motherboard won't flash either, which is a really weird thing to do. I've very rarely seen that. Rob says the IMC is separate for DDR4 and DDR5. Okay, cool. The motherboard took out the PSU. David Andrew says the DDR4, DDR5 controller is in the chipset. I thought they moved it onto the CPU. But anyway, so I think we have diagnosed the issue. It would appear, at least from this testing, that it's the motherboard.
Anon said that's why I said to test the board out of the case.
Yeah.
So
Maybe let's try that next. Let's try, so we now know the CPU definitely works. So we can put the CPU back in the board. We'll take the board out of the case to rule out the case or any short circuits or any shit like that. And we'll try it outside of the box. I think that's the best thing to do, because realistically, if it is bad, we're going to have to take it out anyway. So we will try that. So let's, I was going to say shut down Windows, but I can't because I haven't got a keyboard and mouse. So I'll just press the button and hopefully that will shut down. Look at that, shutting down. Class. It's actually working. Motherboard and PSU replaced, says Jim. I think it could be. I think it could be a... the power supply, I think, definitely. The power supply is that warm? CPU stone cold.
memory on both boards, DDR question mark.
This is DDR4 on this board. The other board that it came from was DDR5. Hence my question to the memory controller. Because I guess it could potentially be the memory controller, but I don't know. That seems unlikely to me.
Gary's got some stuff.
How many? Kerry, the memory controller on the Intel blah, blah, is directly located on the CPU die. Directly, yeah, IMC, not the motherboard chipset. Put in memory controller on the CPU. Okay, thank you, Kerry. And so we know that the memory controller is on the CPU, which I kind of thought it was, because I think Intel and AMD both moved the IMCs into the CPU itself. Hence why there are some memory limitations. It's certain speeds and certain amounts of RAM or sticks of RAM. So we know that the CPU works. That's great. That is a little bit of a weight off. And let's put my, what is that? 12400K. No, sorry, 12400. This mini ITX rig is actually from my my little home PC, my little, well, it was inside
A little Patrick LaBelle.
of my Patrick LaBelle box. The little mini PC. Oh, of course, you can't really see it now, can you? Because it's on the little tiny screen. But yeah, this was my my little mini PC. Okay. So, we have some answers. I would like to try the DDR5 in another system, but I don't have another system available at the moment to be able to confidently test that. But I think the next thing to do is to definitely take the motherboard out of the case. And actually, let's go to the overhead view. And that is what we'll do next.
It's time for bed yet.
Yeah. You can go on up if you want. I'll be what time is it actually? 20 past 10, okay.
It's past my bedtime.
Oh, where's my head torch? Need my head torch again.
Another CPU in his board.
I might try that. We'll see what happens. I don't think that is going to improve things, but we'll take it out of the case. Well, we'll take it out anyway to start, and I will do some additional checks before I completely condemn it. I've just had a look at the power supply, and yeah, I don't think that has ever been dusted down there. Sorry, Tim.
We're all the same.
And there's a few screws missing from the old motherboard as well. very, very naughty. But don't worry, we see it all the time.
Where's the baby boy?
Trying to work. Oh, I see what's happened there. That's clever. So because you probably had a screwdriver which wasn't very magnetic, you put some tissue or something in there to compress the screw in there. That's a proper trick, that is, like that. Protect the pins. Oh god, yeah. Saying that, yeah. Let's put the CPU back in. Make sure I put the right one in.
Gary Holzman.
Otherwise I'll get an upgrade for free. Mike's head equals full moon.
Yeah, Gary Holzman.
I recommend you unplug all SATA and SSD cables, all front panel connectors. Yeah, we're taking the board right out. It's all coming out.
Oh, it is. Giving you kisses. I am petting the cat. He just likes shouting at night. There's no one even asleep tonight.
Mew mew. The board is knackered anyway. I know, but it's until I've done a proper test on it outside of the case, I wouldn't say categorically 100% that it's dead until I've done all the due diligence on it, because the thing is, you can quite easily say, oh yeah, it's dead, and then if you haven't fully tested it, you can't say it. You can have an idea, but you've got to prove it. You have got to prove that, especially when it's someone else's money you're talking about. You can't just say, yeah, it needs replacing, then you replace it, and then it turns out it still doesn't work because it's someone else's money. Now I know there's a lot of people and a lot of repair companies that will quite happily do that. I ain't one of them.
I think that yesterday posted their
Jeez.
Oh, they're lush at a month.
I suppose really, actually, we should have unplugged all the USB stuff to start with, but you never know on a board, a case and setup with some older parts in. Potentially there could be a problem with one of the front panel connectors. That isn't unheard of, but I don't think we would have seen the problems we were getting. But no doubt that statement could potentially bite me in the ass as well. I hope it does work when I take it out. Because that means I can sell Tim a case. Got loads of cases in the shed, in the loft. Oh, let's unplug the BIOS speaker as well. Should unscrew the antennas really, but hey ho. Right, someone remind me, I've put the motherboard on my chair so I don't sit down on it.
It'll be too late by the time you've sat out, won't it? No one can see you on overhead if you're going to sit or not.
Yeah, that's true.
Put it somewhere safe.
There's nowhere safe in here.
You can't remember to make your hot chocolate from here to the kettle. I was just saying.
Hey, Otis. Right, I need a box to put this on, so I might as well get that one down. That'll do.
That'll bite you in the ass. You left it on your seat.
Oh, Christ, yeah.
You just wave, you just sat on it.
I know. And no one warned. Nobody warned me.
Lucky you
What? Why did no one warn me that I sat down? Arali says, time for hydration break. Sit on the chair, Mike, and put your feet up and have a drink. Thank you, Arali. Let's have a look. I'll just have a quick inspection just to make sure. I haven't looked at this yet, and I suppose I should have done really to start off with, to make sure there's no damaged USB ports, because potentially the USB ports can cause a problem if they're shorted. Although that would be more problems with your 5-volt rail. No, they all look okay. All the pins appear to be fine on there. Just having a look at the board, see if there's any obvious signs of damage. Doesn't seem to be anything that I can see. There used to be a problem where these boards would go a bit concave, but Doesn't look too bad. We've definitely seen worse. So, I suppose we should try it. So let's put some, actually no, I'm not going to put RAM in. I've got to try and remember where I'm actually headed with this now. So we'll put some power into the board and we'll try and do a BIOS flash again and see where we get from there. And then I think if it won't BIOS flash from here, then it ain't likely to flash, is it, ever? But I will put all the other stuff in and we'll try it anyway, just to be on the safe side. Because, well, strange things happen. Make sure that's firmly in place. And I want to move the power supply over here a little bit so you can see the flashing LED as well. Let's move that there. I am so running out of space. I need about 5 desks. So off position and power on. Right, so the board now has power. I'll take the CPU out again. Actually, I'll take the CPU out again.
He's got a drink. They're saying I need to bring you a drink, not a cat. You have got a drink, haven't you?
I have. It's all the way over there. I'll get it now.
That's Poppy.
USB drive. Oh, where's the I/O shield? So I/O shield is that one. So it's that one there.
Come here.
And best of luck, everybody.
And David. No, you can't go down. Can't go on there. There's too many little bits. You're wearing a magnet. Yep.
I don't know if it's because I'm watching the replay there, but that seemed like it went on for a lot longer, but maybe it didn't.
That was Dave. Kath, has Dave given up on the channel now?
4 flashes.
Dave the cat.
Same as before. Lead Farmer says 24-pin PSU, no CPU required. You sure?
Reset the CMOS again.
I will try that also. David Andrews says, should have tried to go into the BIOS first to check the revision and MSI can do the flash inside the BIOS. Yeah, it won't go into the BIOS. I can't, it won't boot at all. There's no display. Yeah, that definitely isn't having it. So, I think it's pretty safe to say that this board is toast. Would you agree? Rasher says, at a recent job interview, I was asked if I could perform under pressure. I said no, but I can do a pretty good Bohemian Rhapsody. Boom. Does Jan, Mike, just accept it that the board is dead. Is the BIOS file renamed? Yeah, I did it twice to be on the safe side. Lead Farmer, yeah, likely chipset issue or corrupt BIOS. Sky says, I think the board is junk. Yeah, Sanya must be MBR. Yeah, literally this is the flash drive that I use for every BIOS update that I've ever done on the channel and prior to that. And it's always been absolutely flawless and it is always in MBR format. But that is... I'll take the CMOS battery out and I will turn off the power supply. And I will also press the clear CMOS, wherever that one is on here.
No RAM or CPU should be in when BIOS flashback.
Where is the CMOS jumper?
It's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing.
Sorry for the flashbang.
Near PCIe 1 times.
Ah, yeah. JBAT1. Gotcha. So I'll just discharge that for a bit. Should discharge like pretty much immediately anyway, really. But just for shits and giggles. Send it to Graham if you can't fix it. He doesn't really like me sending him stuff like that. The last one he wasn't keen on. Right, that should be discharged.
Do you have an MSI bin mic?
No. That'd be cruel. 1, 2, 3. Is it me or is that light staying on now all the time? And then turned off. Oh, tell you what, if I put the BIOS flashback drive in. Oh dear. Actually saying that, it's doing exactly the same as what it would be if there was no drive attached, isn't it? No, it's not. No. I thought it was, but it's not. Right. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what it does. Yeah, it was solid for longer, but I didn't put the drive in. There's a rookie error. I've never done this before. No, I think this board is cooked.
It's dead, Jim.
The combination of the power supply voltage regulation going very wonky and the delicate nature of modern motherboards, I think the two have collided and have unfortunately not been kind to this board. iRoper says, Mike, you need the 8-pin. Well, he said I didn't. I've always thought you did, but I submit to Lead Farmer because he is somewhat more knowledgeable than me. Sling it up the garden and whack it a few times. Okay.
He didn't say that, he said whack a new fella in there. You read it completely wrong.
I just whack it. Just whack it anyway.
You don't need it, says in manual clearly apparently. Flogging dead horse.
Yeah. I think you're right. But I want to be confident that it is definitely the board because, obviously, like I said, when you're repairing someone else's machine or trying to repair someone else's machine, if you go to them and say, like, yes, it's the motherboard, you have to be confident that it is the motherboard and you've done everything within your reasonable amount of testing to be that confident. Otherwise, you get them to shell out for a motherboard, they put it in their PC and it still doesn't work, and you're in a bad position, aren't you? Because you got egg on your face and they're out of pocket, which is never good.
Yoki face.
So that's why I try my very best to do even like the stupidest things, like just keep on trying to see if you can get it to work. And in here, yeah. Mike, you can stop CPR now. I think you're right. I am going to just because we haven't tried it yet, I am going to put the CPU, the RAM back in and just try and do a normal boot without doing the BIOS flashback, just out of pure curiosity, just to see if we get anything at all, or at least a change in the LEDs now that we've taken it outside of the case. I think I'll just do one stick of RAM. I think 2 sticks of RAM is probably unnecessary. And yeah. Oh, we lost the display again. How long has it been like that, Kath?
Are you sure this PSU is good? Not that long, I don't think. Dark room. Lights are on, but no one is at home.
Okay. So the camera's not working again. Right. You turn the camera off again.
PSU should be no. Are you sure this PSU is good?
Yes. Actually, I should test it. Main camera's back. Cool.
Hello, Tess.
Where's my tester? Wouldn't it be some funny shit if I test this power supply and it tested bad?
Oh, flaming.
I would be pissed.
That's my food.
Tell that even though this it's night time now and the sun's gone, it's getting warmer, getting muggy. Camera battery flat. No, I think it's again. At some point I've got to find some time to change the sockets on the wall, but I can't do it when there are people here because everyone gets upset. I want to use my computer. But in order to change the socket, I've got to turn the ring main off, so
Was that on Wednesday?
everything will be off. Yeah, I know.
2 weeks before that.
Right. Power on.
Hey Garfield, oh flamey.
We just lost the screen again? No, we're good. So 2.2 volt, 12.2 on the 12 volt, 5.15 on the 5 volt, and 3.41 on the 3.3. The USB 5 volt is 5.15, and the power good signal is 1.12. Oh, sorry, 112. So that is fine. The 3.3 rel is a little bit on the high side still, but it's not under any real load, is it? So, but it's not flashing and it's not doing bad things, so it's good.
Was it Dave?
Are the cats on the board of directors? Yeah, might as well be.
They get a bit verbal at night. They want to go to bed. Or they want us to go to bed so they can go out on the tiles.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like our parents. They're like moaning until we go to bed, and then when we go to bed, they go out.
Lights off, they're just good.
Yeah. Ooh. Nearly lost parts of my anatomy there.
Dave likes to brush at this time so he can go out and meet a young filly.
He does.
As they say in Dumb and Dumber.
What are we doing? No, it's not weird, isn't it? You tell it's getting late now. My brain's starting to give up the ghost a little. Right, let's just jump start it and see what happens. Yeah, that's still there. So is that one there? So we got red, then we got yellow. Are we going to get anything? If something comes on the screen now, I'm going to be so happy. But I will have no explanation for it whatsoever. No. Don't think it's going to happen. I'm sure it's not going to happen. No. He's dead. Viali says, just bin the board mic. I know, I've got to test it thoroughly. I've said it enough times.
Did you download DDR4 or DDR5 file?
DDR5. The DDR4 one actually says DDR4 in the title for the page as well. And actually, believe it or not, this specific board, there's 4 versions of it. So there's the DDR4 and the DDR5 versions, and there's the Wi-Fi and non-Wi-Fi versions. So there are actually 4 variations. So it is quite easy to accidentally get the wrong BIOS for this board. But MSI boards, certainly in the last 3 to 4 years, they have added some protections so that if you try to flash the incorrect BIOS, it won't let you do it. Which is kind of where I thought we were getting with this, but I think we've really exhausted the types of BIOS that we can do.
So how does that board frisbee?
How does it frisbee? Very, very well. So, yes, I think all I can do for now is basically button it all back up together and put it back inside the case, and then wait for Tim to decide what he wants to do. Whether or not he's in a position to be able to afford another motherboard at the moment. Whether he wants me to keep an eye out for a board, which of course I can do. See what we can find on the eBay or used market possibly. Try and save a few quid, or just keep an eye out for some bargains. Of course, there's Amazon Prime Day coming up very, very shortly indeed. So possibly some bargains then, especially for some of these boards which they're trying to clear out. Especially the DDR5 ones, because obviously no one can buy DDR5. It's actually quite funny that DDR4 boards now are more expensive than DDR5 boards in a lot of instances. Because, well, memory. Oh yeah, of course, board and PSU. Thank you for that.
Peter Harbin. Hello, Big Mike.
Hey!
Big Mike.
Hey, Peter. How you doing? All those non-bargains, yeah. I was trying to big it up. Do not attempt, kids. Mike is a professional. Well,
For Tim's machine.
yeah, we should do that. Let's have a GoFundMe for Tim's machine and see if we can get him to get him onto AMD.
Matthew Day's put a link in.
What's Matthew Day's got a link in there for save a few quid choice if you don't care about the K. Let's have a look at that. Go to site. Oh yeah, yeah, Pro H610. Wow, yeah, that's cheap. It's got an M.2 slot. Yeah, that might be an option actually. Go with a like a H class board, a H610. It's not going to be as good, clearly, but if it's cheap and it gets it going, then maybe. Is Tim still in the chat?
I haven't seen him.
I haven't seen him. He's probably fainted.
Probably gone to sleep.
Yeah. Viali, thank you very much for the gift membership. That has gone to Matthew Day. Matthew Day's received a gift membership. Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. Well done. Oh, no Wi-Fi though. I don't think that is going to be a problem. I think he uses a LAN cable anyway. Question, did Tim have a special reason for the Z series motherboard? I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. The thing is, I think a lot of this, because Tim is he basically works, or has worked, in the TV industry. So when you're looking at doing, I'm sure he wanted a PC for doing a little bit of light Photoshop work and maybe some video editing. Oh, he's still there.
A part of me has died.
Which part? Hopefully not your wallet. I'm joking.
Wait a sec, I can do these in a minute.
Calf's got to get the lights on. Hang on. Here we go. Rasher's been a member for 57 months. And what a great nearly 5 years it's been. I know, it's been, oh my God. Since COVID. Mental. Yes, so, yeah, Tim, was there a reason for the this class of motherboard? Was there any reason, or was it recommended, or what was the deal? Because obviously, if you go for a lower tier motherboard, you could potentially save a lot of money. Like the one that Matthew Day posted in the links there, 40 quid. Now it's a much lower class board, but certainly you'll get kind of 95% of the performance out of it with that board anyway. So that might be something certainly to keep in mind, or at least to consider. Something later.
Send the PSG to Thermaltake for a museum. Record 20 years.
I might do actually. I am in contact with Thermaltakes again now, so yeah, maybe I might do that. I'm gonna put some. Why am I putting thermal paste on it? I'm gonna put thermal paste on. No, actually, F it. I'm not gonna put thermal paste on. I'm just gonna put this back in its rightful position. Just gonna build it back up, put it back together. So Tim, obviously, you don't have to make any decisions now. It's a weekend. I appreciate.
Z790.
Z. It's a Z790. But yeah, have a think about what you want to do. I will try and give you some options. I'll drop it on the email or something. And yeah, you can work out what you want to do.
The H610 only have the RMs for a 14100 super weak.
Well, the H610 that I've actually just tried this processor on, it did work in there. Obviously not ideal, but it kind of will work. The thing is, realistically, this PC is probably going to be only used for very light work, bit of Photoshop, maybe some very light video editing.
No reason.
Tim, no reason. Thought it might be a bit future-proof. SATA USB 3 got you. That makes sense.
I know it's done a bit more.
Need USB-C these days. Yeah, that's true. I'm no expert, as we've established. Hey, I'm no expert, as we've also established. So don't worry, you're not on your own. You're amongst good company. That's right, Dave. What are you doing on my desk? Get the hell out of there.
David.
Oh, beat your ass.
Oh, young David.
Not young David.
Yeah,
Yeah, you'll be right, yeah. So let's put this back together.
Look how handsome you are on the camera, Dave.
A B board is fine. B boards would be okay, but here in the UK at the moment, there's not really that many good deals for B-class B760s. They all are still quite expensive, almost to the point is you almost better off. I have seen these today, this exact board on eBay for 110, I think, 120. Still a lot of money, obviously, but with that, it's kind of like, it's like for like, but I don't know. I'm guessing.
You could buy a whole new PC.
Sorry?
Sell the RAM and you
Yeah.
buy a whole new PC.
That's true. Oh, Germany 1-1 from the Ivory Coast. Excellent. Matthew Day says 150 odd for a Z790, 90 quid odd for a B760, or 37 quid for the 610. Riley says, I have to say, Mike is an expert if you're now a director of a company. Hey, there's a lot of directors of companies that are far from
This
experts.
is the second director of a company.
Yeah, it's my second one.
Rick H hadn't done a sticker, but
Rick H has been a member for 57 months. There we are. You got some flashy lights from Kath because she's on the ball, unlike me. And thank you for your continued support. Bless your heart. Ask Dave what to do. All right, Dave. Dave, what do you reckon Tim should do? Dave?
he's busy watching for his young filly later.
He's getting tarted up for his night out. Dave is the CFO, Cat Furry Overlord. Was the original board micro? It's ATX. It's ATX. So yeah, I think it's going to be a discussion with Tim, see what he wants to do. I'm not going to put him under any pressure now to make a decision. It's, like I say, it's borderline Sunday, almost Father's Day. Don't forget, Amazon affiliate links if you want to go and buy your dad a last minute birthday gift.
What are you thinking of? What do you think you
A
might get?
girthday gift. Kath's going to get a girthday gift later. Sell the old board for 30 for parts? Yeah, you probably could, to be honest.
Dave, if you got Grumpy anything for Father's Day?
Also for safety, maybe test the NVMe in a USB to NVMe in case it's both fried and the fryer. We can do that. I have got the technology somewhere.
We could make a wig for you out of Dave's fur.
I'll be like Wickfield. Saturday night.
Says I don't. You've tried hard enough.
What's that? What have I tried? Rasher says, Mike has an amazing ability to remember parts, brand, model numbers from now and also years ago. I used to do the same with car parts.
Spark plugs for a Cortina. Cavalier.
BPR 6ES.
Skoda.
No idea. No idea at all. What's that? Crucial P3. What the hell size drive is that?
No German link mic.
Oh shit. I wonder where I've been looking for a drive and there it is. My P3 2 gig. Why is that in there? That should be up here. A 2 gig NVMe drive these days is worth its weight in lady bottoms.
There you go, Dutch Jam. There's Germany.
Damn, Mike, that is a superpower. It's not really. It's just like
Autistic. AF.
no, it's just like some things like you would sell loads of, and you just remember the part numbers of. I'm trying to think of something else.
I can remember bank account numbers.
Like brake bulbs, 380. Stop and single filament bulb, 382. Headlamp,
My old
H4.
school friends' phone numbers, you probably remember.
No, I don't. I don't remember my old school friends' phone numbers. That's for sure.
Do you remember old school friends though?
Yeah, I do actually remember some of their phone numbers.
But it's only the same as that, isn't it?
Actually, that might be yours.
Go on. Don't matter, does it?
Well, it is if someone else's.
Well, it doesn't matter.
3498. Ending numbers. That's your old number, wasn't it? Or was that Perkins?
that is, yeah.
See, like that's a friend that I haven't called on his phone since probably 1989. I still remember the number.
Now you've mentioned it, I remember it.
It'd be funny if you... Shall I phone it and see if he's still got the same number?
Yeah, live.
Do it live.
Hi.
Pin code. Yeah.
Why don't you do that?
Do you remember your old house number? I remember all my house numbers, ever. Not been many of them, to be
House
fair.
phone number.
Oh, house phone number,
Your
yeah.
old house phone number still got the same number.
Yeah. Yeah, my childhood one's still the same.
And when he worked at that car shop when he was 16, it's the same phone number now as what it was then.
Yeah.
And the Chinese chip shop next door, that's still the same phone number as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
575 299.
Right. It would appear
David Underhill's childhood phone number was 7. Not a big time.
your drive seems to work. The P5 Plus.
Do you remember your PIN code?
It was called small storage though. Yeah.
And the numbers on the back?
So yeah, the drive works. The drive isn't dead, so that's also a nice thing.
Well, what have you done, mate?
I hate these little bastard screws.
Do you have a Shopify account with parts or eBay? Maybe.
Do I?
Don't even know if we're on your stream or not now.
No.
I got an advert playing and Dave stomped all over the keyboard and it flicked into an advert.
Do you have a Shopify app with parts or eBay? No, I don't. Sorry, Red Fever. I wish I had enough parts to be able to do that. I'm really struggling at the moment with 1TB NVMe drives because stupidly I've got quite a few 2TB drives, but I don't know how this is going to pan out in the next year or so. So I kind of want to keep those, but I want to get some 1TB drives to sell in PCs. Because if you put a 2TB drive in a PC now and try and sell it, like you're adding 200 quid to the price, aren't you? Realistically.
Tim's put the HDD is big storage, so.
Ah, okay.
Should we give away some memberships?
Yeah, let's do that.
Tim might win one. He could come every week.
We'll give away some memberships. So if Tim wins, he's got to come in every single week and watch us doing what we do.
Brilliant.
I'm sure this is supposed to have a 512 drive in it rather than the 2 gig one. So where have I put that?
There you go.
I give up. I'll just put it away. So there we go. There are 5 Mike's Unboxing memberships given away free of charge because we're great. Lead Farmer got one. Crypto KJ, Ira Wolfman, Neo 452, and Dr. Own Goal. There you go.
No lead for. Oh, yeah, you did.
Enjoy. You now get early access to the videos.
Lead Farmer said, "Why me? This is random.
It's random.
We don't choose."
YouTube chooses. YouTube obviously knows that you're loaded and they're likely to renew your membership. I joke. I don't know what the...
YouTube probably do know more about you
Yeah.
than what we do.
YouTube know more about you than probably your parents
Or you know yourself.
or whatever.
Mike.
Should make a private video and invite Tim. Viali knows his bike registration from 1984. Oh, Germany 2-1, Ivory Coast. Good. Lead Farmer says, YouTube, you bastards. Should have given it to Tim. Failed AI. Yeah.
Tim really wants to ever watch it
I don't,
again.
Tim never wants to watch this again. Until his PC breaks again. Yeah, so realistically, we're looking at a new power supply, for sure. And a motherboard of some nature.
Carrie says, great video.
Thank you, Kerry. That is much appreciated. Ugh. Just yank that HDMI cable out. Oh, I did pull out the right one. That's good. Let's get rid of that now. Oh, wrong one. There we go.
Tim said, bummer.
Bummer. I don't think you're allowed to say that anymore. I think that is not politically correct because it upsets the homosexuals. So, yeah. Rob says, and a new case, please. Also, I quite like the case. I've got a bit of a soft spot for that case. All those 5 1/4 bays and the 3.5 inch card reader. I miss that. I think that was a golden era.
You can have that fake one with the fake.
Oh God, no.
Disk drive
No, I've
and
sent
stuff
that
in it.
back. That's gone back. Jesus Christ. Russia didn't hold back. Dear Lord. I'm not saying a word. Dutch Jan says it was a good stream without those ugly cases. Anon says, had a board like that back in the day. Turned out to be a swollen bad cap. I don't know whether we will try and do any further investigation on that board. I'm relatively confident that the board is beyond the repairs that I can do personally. Potentially I might invest in a clip-on chip reader for the BIOS just to see if we can get anything into or out of the BIOS chip. Realistically, I think if the BIOS flashback utility is down, it's kind of gone, because the BIOS flashback utility is another sub-level before you even get to the BIOS chipset, as to the actual BIOS itself. Oh, God. Give him the Corsair case. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That board is straight for eBay parts. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people out there which wouldn't mind having this board because they've either damaged something or they need a heat sink or whatever, or just spare parts, like they want to resolder a working part onto another bit. So yeah, I'm sure someone would probably buy it. No, not me. That's for sure. Some young filly will get loads of hours of enjoyment out of this.
Stop stomping over my keyboard, boys.
Right, let's put this back into its place. And I will rebuild this. And, Tim's normally in and around the Bristol area on a Friday, so if he wants to just drop in, pick it up and take it away and have a think, you're more than welcome to do so. Again, do whatever works for you. I'm not in any particular hurry to get it done and dusted and out, so if you want a bit of time to have a considered think about it, that is absolutely fine. Don't know what I'm cable managing this for. Dutch Jan says you could try flashing the original BIOS again. I don't know. Yeah, could possibly get that. Lead Farmer. I might have a conversation with Lead Farmer and see if I can get one of those BIOS programming doodads and see if I can get my head around it. O'Reilly says it was a good stream until Mike showed off some DDR5 Corsair RAM. A good deal from eBay apparently. Grumble about RAM prices. Ran over. Yeah, the RAM there. I posted it on the shorts. It was a good deal. A brand new set of Corsair RAM, and they're normally like £300 roughly, 330 thereabouts. Picked it up for $218 I think it was, with postage, which I thought was brilliant. Because I've had a look today, even used RAM of the same type is going for like 230, 240, 250. You get the occasional one that'll go for like £200 or even sometimes lower. And certainly if you're in Ireland, it seems there's a lot of deals on eBay Ireland. Maisie, not up here.
Let's get down, Baba.
Yeah, there's some really good deals on Amazon, eBay IE. But yeah, we'll see. Depends if the original BIOS supports the present CPU. I'm pretty sure. Did the 700 series come out for 13th gen? In which case the 13600 should be supported from day one. I think. I'll have to look into that, but possibly. But realistically, I think it's a dead MOBO. O'Reilly says 218 suit you, sir. Was good. Rashner says I missed the start of this. Was let off? Yes, she was.
Can't go up yet, Mabes. Not yet, Baba.
Oh dear. Greg says here in Canada, eBay is only a last resort for me due to prices. Dom says, I think we need to take and use those prices. It's not going to change. That's my opinion. It's not, realistically, not for the foreseeable. I can't see it happening. I really can't. Lead Farmers, that's my fave cat. That's little Maisie. She's our eldest as well. She is like 15 or 16 now.
15.
Crypto says, I wasn't here the whole time. Did you try swapping the RAM channels? Yeah. We tried the RAM channels and different RAM as well, just to be on the safe side. I think we pretty much exhausted all eventualities on this, possibly. Gentleman Bad Boy, is this his RAM in the motherboard or yours, Mike? Did you buy this for him? No, this was Tim's own RAM. It was a fully working PC. It had been a fully working PC for, I guess, a number of years, like 2 years, maybe 3 years. Lead Farmer says, I hear 99 Luftballons when I see that cat. Maisie, what are you doing? You having a poo? She's got that concentrated look on her face. Everyone says, did you lick the RAM or smell the PSU? I didn't lick the RAM. I think that might have been where I went wrong. Crypto says, I stick with my first idea then, sell the RAM and would buy a whole new computer. Did it all work in another motherboard? The processor did. The processor and the NVMe drive did. The RAM, I haven't got another DDR5 system here that I can put it in to try at the moment. But I'm sure the DDR5 is going to be fine. I will check it though before Tim makes any big decisions on what he's going to do.
Amazing.
What was the oldest cat you guys ever had? That would have been Daisy, wouldn't it?
Daisy, wasn't it?
How old was she?
She was 15.
Yeah, she was 15, so Maisie is almost overtaken now, aren't you? Mabes? You're looking for a bed, aren't you?
So, yeah, I think
Bless her.
bed at 10ish.
What is that cat doing? She's wiggling her tail and moving the camera lens cap, which is underneath the camera body. Did you blow on the RAM and the CPU? I didn't, but I did clean it. But the CPU worked in another computer. And the thing is, this thing was crashing and being, well, like randomly crashing, and then it's just stopped working altogether. So it was on its way out.
You can't look in the camera like that.
Was she looking right down the lens?
Yeah.
Bless her.
Come on. Sit on my lap.
Anon, does the CPU need a GPU to boot? No, it's a K. It's a 13600K. Lead Farmer says, lick fingers, rub RAM, and then the genie comes out. If only. I could do with a genie to get me out of this now. I was hoping this was going to be an easy fix. Maisie! Right, I think we're going to have to call it a day there. I don't think there's anything else I can really do here now until there's a decision made. So potentially there may be another stream showing it being rebuilt, or I might do it in a standalone video, or
Tim might want to do it himself.
Tim might want to do it himself, you never know. Vianney says it's an easy fix, new motherboard and power supply. Power supply, definitely. I wouldn't want to use another new or even a used board with that power supply just in case, because those voltage rails were pretty weird. Maisie, go away. Right. Yeah, I think that is going to wrap this one up. Thank you all so much for...
Maisie, get down.
Thank you all so much for joining us on this stream. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, obviously smash the like button. If you're on a mobile device, or even if you've got a mobile device handy, go onto the stream and click on the hype button and hype the bejesus out of the stream, because apparently that helps the video to be shown to other people. So that would be great. Thank you all so much for your kind donations as well. You're very much appreciated. And for all you Patreons and members of YouTube channel, thank you for your continued support. It is very much appreciated. And for all of you that just stick around for the chat and the banter, both in the Discord, in the daily videos, and in obviously the live stream as well. Maisie, very much appreciated. You're all brilliant. Thank you very much. And yeah, nice to see some new faces in the chat tonight. And hopefully you'll come back again and watch other streams and maybe watch some other videos. That'd be great. But I think that's going to wrap this one up. I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To. And hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic weekend. And we'll see you later. Thank you. Bye. It's really hard to concentrate with that cat being there. Have a great weekend. Don't forget, Father's Day tomorrow. So
Not in Australia.
Not in Australia, probably. But make sure you you say a special something to those people nearest and dearest.
I'm just going to bed now.
See you later. Bye-bye.